challenging the validity of NDC's candidate selection process. According to court document, an NDC committee reportedly found evidence that multiple aspirants distributed money and valuable items to delegates, undermining the integrity of the process. Now, despite these findings, the NDC upheld the results and presented its declared winner to the Electoral Commission. Democracy Hub contends that it violates Article 55+5 of the Constitution, which requires the internal organization of political parties to conform to democratic principles. Now, the group is asking the court to quash the Electoral Commission's acceptance of the candidate and to restrain the EC from allowing the candidates to contest the March 3 by-election until the matter is determined. Now, let's take a listen to the Director for Policy and Research at Democracy Hub, Kersford Atingbili.
The disqualification or potential annulment of the NDC's primaries that we are pursuing. And so if the court grants that, that's okay for us. But if the court also considers that the timeline and then the NDC's candidate, then that's for the court to decide as well. But we want to highlight this violation to the court and to make that determination. So it serves as precedence going forward for all political parties to resolve these issues internally before presenting their candidates.
Now, away from that, investigators have confirmed that forceful perforation of a fuel tanker by individuals attempting to siphon petrol triggered a deadly Nsawam explosion that killed about 6 people and destroyed 7 vehicles on February 14, 2026. Now, a scramble for 54,000 liters of fuel from a capsized tanker over the weekend resulted in increased death toll of 6 following a fire outbreak and also burning 7 cars. There's more in the following report.
7 others are currently receiving medical treatment and are battling to survive severe burns sustained in Saturday's incident on the Nsawam-Adweju Highway. The Eastern Regional Fire Service Commander, DCOP Timothy Osafo Efum, has cautioned residents and the general public to desist from illegal siphoning fuel from over 10 tankers, warning that such actions pose grave danger to lives and properties.
When a tanker falls, that is not the time to cash in. Because in the first place, what you are doing is illegal. It is stealing. And so it's against the rules and laws of this country. So when a tanker falls, it's not the time for anybody to go around. There could be explosion, there could be fire as occurred on Saturday. Even this one, we were fortunate because of the time that the incident happened. If it were to be daybreak, we would have had a lot of people going to siphon, and that would have spelled a lot of serious issues at hand for us. Anytime a tanker falls, please stay away. Call the fire service and the police to be there to ensure that the place is safe for all of us.
And that was a report by my colleague Yvonne Nikwe. Now, a statement coming in from the Ghana Cocoa Board indicates that the executive management and senior staff of Cocoa Board have effectively today, Monday, February 16, 2026, as yesterday, reduced their salaries for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop year in recognition of the current liquidity challenges in the cocoa industry. Now, the executive management has taken a 20% cut, while senior staff have taken a 10% reduction in their respective salaries. This decision and other cost-cutting measures in procurement and a staff rationalization are aimed at reducing the overall expenditure of Cocoa Board and aligning costs with revenue. Now, that's a statement coming in from the Ghana Cocoa Board signed by the chief executive. Now, away from that, the minority leader Alexander Apenyo-Markin is reiterating the need for government to immediately release funds for the payment of cocoa farmers. The Afutu lawmaker argues that despite the economic crisis faced by the administration of Nana Akufo-Addo, it did not relent in paying matured coupons under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program and public sector wages. Addressing members of TESCON, Apenyo-Markin maintained that the state must equally honor its financial obligations to cocoa farmers.
afei from nowhere mo say oh world market price BB until no all be lie until no what so for the first time in the history of Ghana cocoa ekwafo omo price per bag yate so ebi see that it has never happened. Then today our friends have money to buy presidential jet, but you can't find money to pay cocoa farmers.
That was Minority Leader and Ifutu lawmaker Alexander Apenyo Markin. Now, away from cocoa matters, selling state lands will now require express approval by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Emmanuel Amakofi-Boaz says this is a part of a new framework aimed at ending indiscriminate sale of state lands. In the famous work undertaken by members of the Operation Recover All Loot preparatory team and the State Land Acquisition and Purchasing Dominated report submitted to the group. Upon the completion of work, the committee found over 8,000 state land transactions in different categories. Announcing the reforms, the Lands Minister stated that no state land would be procured going forward without the express approval of the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Now, to some education stories, and the Pre-Tertiary Teachers Association is proposing the establishment of a special fund to support teachers who suffer assault in the line of duty. Attacks on teachers across the country appear to be escalating, raising fresh concerns about safety within Ghanaian schools. Just last year, a group of students at Inkadi assaulted a teacher over claims that he prevented them from copying during the WASSCE examination. Now, following public outcry and comments by the president, the Ghana Police Service arrested the students who were prosecuted and fined. Now, on February 13, 2026, a similar incident occurred at the West African Senior High School, where a student is alleged to have mobilized thugs to attack teachers on the campus. Vice President of the Pre-Tertiary Teachers Association Ghana, Adokwe Abule, said this fund is key to supporting teacher well-being.
The disqualification or potential annulment of the NDC's primaries that we are pursuing. And so if the court grants that, that's okay for us. But if the court also considers that the timeline there and then the NDC's candidate, then that's for the court to decide as well. But we want to highlight this violation to the court and to make that determination. So it serves as precedence going forward for all political parties to resolve these issues internally before presenting their candidates.
The Ministry of Education has directed the Ghana Education Service to expedite investigation into the recent attacks on teachers at the West African Senior High School. That brings us to the end of the first half of this morning's bulletin. For more news, please check our website at 3news.com. I am Enyona Maliga. Business News is right up.
Three FM. Sunrise on 3 FM. The best in the morning. The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3 FM. 3 FM. Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM.
It's now time for business news on Sunrise 3FM 92.7. I am Enyuna Maliga. Coming up this morning, Joe Jackson warns against costly bailouts, advises letting PBC and CPC die a natural death.
There are cases where with businesses revival can be more expensive than allowing creative destruction to take place. Allow the two companies to die and start afresh.
Meanwhile, senior fellow at the Africa Policy Lens warns of reform failure, says Cocoa Board is suffering from state-owned enterprise disease.
I think the structural problem, we need to find a way to address it because nothing has changed. Then secondly, there are operational inefficiencies that we need to be able to look at.
Much later, Gold Board suspends new gold mine licenses in major shake-up of trading regime. We have details of these and other stories. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Now to our first story. Financial analyst and CEO for Daylex Finance, Joe Jackson, has sparked intense debate over the future of Ghana's struggling cocoa giants, suggesting that the state should allow PBC Limited, formerly Produce Bind Company and Cocoa Processing Company, to collapse rather than sink billions into a rescue mission. Speaking on Business Focus, Joe Jackson argued that including these death-ridden state-owned enterprises in the cocoa sector's recent reforms is a high-risk, high-cost venture that the Ghanaian taxpayer cannot afford. The financial health of both companies has reached a breaking point characterized by systemic losses and unserviceable loans. For instance, CPC currently carries a $97 million loan from the Afri-Exim Bank on its books alongside a balance sheet liability totaling 113.2 million cedis.
The question I have is that what changes in management, what changes in efficiency, what changes in productivity will ensure that 97 million does not become a debt for Ghanaians? Effectively, it's you and I. Otherwise, this money will be pumped in, it will be taken out by debtors, they can't borrow on their balance sheet. We have a problem. We have a deep problem. Listen, and when you look at this cocoa bailout, these monies are being borrowed in addition to transfers from Cocoa Board to the public purse of debt. One in equity, two in Cocoa Road arrears owed. This bailout is expensive. The question is this: is it cheaper to allow these two institutions to die and start afresh with new management, with a private sector input, or we should revive them? There are cases where, with businesses, revival can be more expensive than allowing creative destruction to take place. Allow the two companies to die and start afresh. The private sector initiative. A private sector initiative to process. A private sector initiative to buy, backed by the government.
That was Joe Jackson warning against costly bailouts, advising letting PBC and CPC die in natural death. Now, still on cocoa, a senior fellow at the Africa Policy Lens, Dr. Eric Boakye-Adom, has issued a stark warning regarding the government's newly unveiled cocoa sector reforms, stating that they are destined to fail unless the structural operation and inefficiencies. Speaking on Business Focus, the financial economist noted that Cocoa Board has long been plagued by what he describes as Ghanaian state-owned enterprise disease. Dr. Boakye-Adom characterized this disease as a toxic mix of mixed management, lack of accountability, and uncontrolled expenditure that eventually leads to once vibrated institution running themselves into the ground.
If we endowed all this investment and we don't tackle the fundamental problem of Cocoa Board to ensure that we get enough yield to even feed these factories, all the money that we borrowed will now be pushed on to the average Ghanaian to pay. So we have to be able to tackle the structural issues of the debt that is killing the sector, and find a way to reduce it. We cannot eliminate debt entirely. Now the government is planning to go back and borrow domestically to fund the sector. But I think the structural problem, we need to find a way to address it because nothing has changed. Then secondly, there are operational inefficiencies that we need to be able to look at. All the challenges that cocoa farmers are facing today, we can attribute some percentage to structure, but we can't take operational out. That the fact that the people that are supposed to take decision so that the farmer will be protected, because that's one of the mandates of Cocoa Board, the farmer will be protected, did not take prudent decision enough.
That was a senior fellow at the Africa Policy Lens, Dr. Eric Mwachi Yadom. Now, still on cocoa sector reforms, the president of the Association of Ghana Industries, Kofi Nsiapoku, has made a compelling case for the government to cede more control of the nation's cocoa bean processing to the private sector. The call comes amid growing concerns over the inefficiencies of several state-owned enterprises in the sector, many of which have struggled with undercapacity and financial losses.
We all know that government facilities normally do not work well. So if government is also ready to partner with private, we can welcome that idea. Because cocoa processing has been there for a long time, always making losses. But there are private processors who are making profit. If they have they are using the same raw material, same facility, why are they making losses?
Now, away from cocoa-related stories, in a move to overhaul the nation's precious mineral sector, the Ghana Cocoa Board has announced the immediate suspension of new applications for several key gold mine licenses. In his press release dated February 16, 2026, the board said the decision forms part of a broader strategy to reform and improve the country's gold mine framework. There's more in the following Few Business report.
The Gold Board has suspended new applications for Tier 1 and Tier 2 gold buying license as well as self-financing aggregator license with immediate effect. Gold Board described the move as a strategic reform process aimed at strengthening and modernizing Ghana's gold trading regime. However, the board clarified that applications for aggregator license will remain open during the suspension period. It also assured stakeholders that applications submitted before announcement will continue to be processed. According to Gold Board, the reforms are intended to enhance transparency, strengthen regulator compliance, and improve traceability within the gold trading sector while ensuring that Ghana derives greater national benefit from its gold resources. The board says further details on the revised licensing framework and additional reform measures will be announced in due course.
Now, before we go, let's take a look at how the cedi is faring against major trading currencies and how some key commodities are also faring on the global market.
On the interbank foreign exchange market, the dollar is selling at 11 cedis. It's recorded no change. The British pound is selling at 15 cedis, 1 pesewa. It lost 2 pesewas. The euro is selling at 13 cedis, 4 pesewas. It also lost 1 pesewa. However, be guided that these figures could be higher at a forex bureau near you. On the global commodities market, Brent crude is trading at $68.58 per barrel. Gold is trading at $4,992.08 per ounce, down by $49.96. Cocoa is trading at $3,673 per ton, down by $51.
That was an update from the Forex and commodities markets. That'll be all for business news here on Sunrise 3FM 92.7. For more news, please check our website at 3news.com. I am Enyonam Haliga. Sunrise continues.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
Follow us on social media, Twitter at 3FM927, Facebook at 3FM927, and also on 3news.com.
Your finest tunes in sync with a soothing voice. 3 Lounge with AJ.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Need a break from the stress and chaos of everyday life? Well, step into the 3 Lounge, your world of absolute relaxation and great music with yours truly, AJ Akwako Sapon. Welcome to the best mid-morning show in the capital and beyond. This is 3 Lounge with yours truly, your radio princess, AJ Akwako Sapon.
Love it. I love it. It's great.
Kickstart your week with Monday motivation. Shake off the Tuesday blues and get ready for midweek mania. Take a trip down memory lane on Throwback Thursday and wrap up the week with Funky Friday with myself and Helen Appiah Ampufo. Plus, enjoy exciting celebrity interviews, insightful conversation, engaging discussions on topics that matter, and there's a boatload of fun and easy activations that reward and appreciate you, our loyal listener.
If you are listening, we're manifesting money into your pocket this morning.
Don't miss out on the excitement. Tune in to 3 Lounge every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. with AJ Akwako Sapon only on 3FM 92.7.
It's my number one.
92.7 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Sunrise, 3FM morning show, 3FM 92.7.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains. Sight and I grandpa.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the 2 leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
For those of us who received flowers, they will begin to wilt, right? Chocolates are half finished. Some of us finished ours from the weekend. And status updates have slowed. Valentine's Day has passed. And this is where love tells the truth. Because love is loud on the 14th, but is tested on the 15th. There's a man who bought roses on Friday. Today, Monday, he's back in traffic, tired, late, and irritated. The question is no longer what he bought, it's how he speaks when he gets home. There's a woman who received messages, gifts, attention. Today, she's back at work, under pressure, and overlooked. Love now looks like patience with herself when no one is applauding. There's a friend who showed up for dinner and pictures. Today, someone needs a phone call, a follow-up, a check-in, no camera, no caption. This is where love separates itself from performance. Because love is not a date on the calendar. It's a posture you carry into ordinary days. Love is how you treat people when there's nothing to celebrate. Love is how you listen when you're tired. Love is how you forgive when pride tells you not to. The Valentine's Day is about expression. The days after are about consistency. And the strongest love is not dramatic. It is dependable. So as this new week begins, here's our charge. Carry love into the very mundane things, into the emails, into the traffic, into the conversations that don't come with emojis. Because flowers will fade, but how you made people feel on an ordinary Monday, that lasts forever. That's our message of motivation this morning, leaving us and ushering us into the 6 a.m. news, like I mentioned, with Enyunam Haliga. The rest of the team are on standby to come through right after the 6 a.m. news and the business news. And stay with us. This is a 3FM Sunrise.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, let go. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
For those of us who received flowers, they will begin to wilt, right? Chocolates are half finished. Some of us finished ours from the weekend. And status updates have slowed. Valentine's Day has passed. And this is where love tells the truth. Because love is loud on the 14th, but is tested on the 15th. There's a man who bought roses on Friday. Today, Monday, he's back in traffic, tired, late, and irritated. The question is no longer what he bought, it's how he speaks when he gets home. There's a woman who received messages, gifts, attention. Today, she's back at work, under pressure, and overlooked. Love now looks like patience with herself when no one is applauding. There's a friend who showed up for dinner and pictures. Today, someone needs a phone call, a follow-up, a check-in, no camera, no caption. This is where love separates itself from performance. Because love is not a date on the calendar. It's a posture you carry into ordinary days. Love is how you treat people when there's nothing to celebrate. Love is how you listen when you're tired. Love is how you forgive when pride tells you not to. The Valentine's Day is about expression. The days after are about consistency. And the strongest love is not dramatic. It is dependable. So as this new week begins, here's our charge. Carry love into the very mundane things, into the emails, into the traffic, into the conversations that don't come with emojis. Because flowers will fade, but how you made people feel on an ordinary Monday, that lasts forever. That's our message of motivation this morning, leaving us and ushering us into the 6 a.m. news, like I mentioned, with Enyunam Haliga. The rest of the team are on standby to come through right after the 6 a.m. news and the business news. And stay with us. This is a 3FM Sunrise.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the Takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Ready? For those of us who received flowers, they will begin to wilt, right? Chocolates are half finished. Some of us finished ours from the weekend. And status updates have slowed. Valentine's Day has passed. And this is where love tells the truth. Because love is loud on the 14th, but is tested on the 15th. There's a man who bought roses on Friday. Today, Monday, he's back in traffic, tired, late, and irritated. The question is no longer what he bought, it's how he speaks when he gets home. There's a woman who received messages, gifts, attention. Today, she's back at work, under pressure, and overlooked. Love now looks like patience with herself when no one is applauding. There's a friend who showed up for dinner and pictures. Today, someone needs a phone call, a follow-up, a check-in, no camera, no caption. This is where love separates itself from performance. Because love is not a date on the calendar. It's a posture you carry into ordinary days. Love is how you treat people when there's nothing to celebrate. Love is how you listen when you're tired. Love is how you forgive when pride tells you not to. The Valentine's Day is about expression. The days after are about consistency. And the strongest love is not dramatic. It is dependable. So as this new week begins, here's our charge. Carry love into the very mundane things, into the emails, into the traffic, into the conversations that don't come with emojis. Because flowers will fade, but how you made people feel on an ordinary Monday, that lasts forever. That's our message of motivation this morning, leaving us and ushering us into the 6 a.m. news, like I mentioned, with Enyunam Hadiga. The rest of the team are on standby to come through right after the 6 a.m. news and the business news. And stay with us. This is a 3FM Sunrise.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite stars, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Assault. That's what we know, according to the Ghana embassy, all the way far away in Burkina Faso. And then government begins state lands storms. Interesting. So it comes to the photo of the Lands and Natural Resources Minister.
I was at that news conference yesterday.
So we are taking back the lands and trying to reclaim them.
So state lands. There's an audit that's been undertaken.
Right.
So between 2017 and 2024, over 8,000 of such transactions took place. Bungalows, state lands, and what have you. And that audit report is going to come out.
Right.
So apparently what they did yesterday was more of a precursor to the audit report which will come out.
Right.
Which will unravel what many people like to say will blow Ghanaians' mind and what have you and what have you. But yesterday they sought to announce new reforms towards the purchase of state land.
But we were told in opposition when the MPP was selling state lands that it will become a thing of the past. Why is the government going back on his own words?
Well, if perhaps the full detail, right? So first, and this is me doing reporting speech. I'll also share my opinion. So first, we used to pay. When I say we, what
like
happened,
what people when people want to acquire that,
they pay between 1 to 30% of the premium of the stated property or land.
Now they are going to pay what 70%
upfront. Then the remaining 30% will be split into the duration of time you are supposed to.
But I'm saying that we were told that this will become a thing of the past. So why are we now going back on our words?
State lands.
Did anybody at the press conference ask the minister that question?
No.
Gen Z journalist. Awudome Osu Cemetery is not full, according to the managers, but we know that Osu Cemetery has been closed down. It's only indigents that will be buried there. Even that they would have to find out properly if
the place is not full.
Exactly. The Daily Guide this morning, 66's favorite, Ghana's favorite newspaper. Gold Board suspends selected gold buying license applications. MOFA Foreign Link sign digital agric MOU. Burkina Faso terrorist attack, 7 Ghanaians killed. 4 injured. DNA test underway to identify the burnt bodies. Some people don't like the sound of DNA. I can tell you that on good report. Ken won't break away from the NPP, according to a spokesperson. Court orders man to pay 200,000 Ghana cedis for breach of marital promise.
We broke that news here yesterday.
The man promised, and he didn't marry.
It's a fascinating case.
And the court says, Chairman, dash our money. The Ghanaian Times this morning is reporting what the Lands Ministry said, where you were. Death toll in Okanta fuel tanker explosion rises to 5. Sekendi Takrady to enjoy improved water supply by May 2026, according to the Minister, Mr. Kenneth J. He's the second from the right in that beautiful photo we see there. No bed syndrome. Sue Health Facilities. Dr. Nawani urges victims' families. And I remember so well, about 9 years ago, Phil? 9 years ago, there was a gentleman, no bed syndrome, went from Lekma to Leicester to, who was just roaming around looking for, and the guy died.
Yes.
After 9 years, we are still talking about no bed syndrome.
There are so many stories of no bed syndrome.
Charlie,
I know you've done.
And people just die. We have normalized it. It's okay, yeah, Charlie.
If you don't know somebody and you are not calling somebody at the hospital.
How is it that Kolebu, which is our biggest referral hospital, right? So, wherever you are in this country, if your case becomes bigger than the facility that you are, they'll bring you to Kolebu.
Yes. No matter where you are in this country.
And Kolebu doesn't have the requisite capacity for emergencies. Does it make sense to anybody?
And if you hear the account of the family, it's even more traumatizing, right? That at all the facilities they visited, not a single person came to even attend to the guy whilst they were in the ambulance, to even try and assess him to get an understanding that, okay, he's in this condition, let's try and do this to stabilize him, let's try and do that to stabilize. They didn't do that.
Sometimes they will send an orderly, comes to looks at them and say,
they only came to do exactly what you're saying.
You see, they'll come and hold your hand, lift it, dilate your eyes more and say, just like that. There's no counseling for you, nothing. They just walk off.
It's traumatizing.
And you go to emergency wards and you see how people are lying on the floors and like people are sitting in chairs to take drip. It's so bad. So I say, but if we're talking about conditions of service, your job, the oath you swore, and the promise you made was that you would take care of the patient.
At all times.
There's a patient to medical officer or a medical expert, whatever. There's a charter. You said you will take care of the people. When you start demanding for conditions of service, you only look at what goes into your pocket. So the patient who is coming to you, is he supposed to be sitting in a chair taking infusion? How is that even making sense to anybody? There are no beds. I have never seen our doctors and nurses go on strike because we didn't have beds or they don't have reagents or whatever it is that they have to use to work. Every time it's what goes into my pocket. But conditions of service means that if we come to this place this morning and there's no microphone, there's no console, DJ Phil is not here, the transmitter is not working, Corey is not there doing online, it means that we are being shortchanged.
Yeah.
Because everybody who will be tuned in will be thinking that we are incompetent. So when you say conditions of service, is it only about what you will take home? I want to read your headlines.
Oh, I mean, all the points you are making, very valid, very, 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 very valid, and we cannot state it enough. The fact that people turn up at hospital, and I'm hearing there's a committee that's been set up. We don't need committees, respectfully.
Look,
we don't need committees. This has been there for God knows. We don't need another committee to help us understand
so
bed syndrome.
What happened at Rage Hospital, for example, and I want to revisit that matter. A certain PRO from Rage Hospital came to tell us that they have a third video. You remember that?
That Ralph incident.
Yes, that they were going to bring. Where is the third video? That Rage Hospital incident, we put together a committee at the behest of the health minister. We got to know that the lady's hand was not fractured or shoulder dislocated, whatever it was. So which doctor wrote that lie in the thing? And why is that doctor still practicing? He can kill and still make up a story for it. This other nurse, who was the one at the center of all the debacle, was a rotational nurse. Do you know what a rotational nurse is? Egbeko school, you know, finish rotational nurse. They are still practicing. So imagine for a second that you go to a place where you have such kind there, and something happens to you. They will explain it in English to you and discard you.
It happens far too often.
It doesn't make sense. I don't know what anywhere in this world, if that situation that happened at Ridge happens in the UK, happens in the US, France, Germany, wherever it is, those people will have their licenses revoked. Are they not the same individuals here? Whether they be teachers or doctors or nurses or whatever profession, when they are here, they treat us anyhow. When they cross the border, have you been to a hospital in the UK before?
The professionalism, eh?
Oh, Sheikh Biggie, you defeat. We defeat here in Ghana. If your relative goes to the hospital on admission, you are the one supposed to come and be carrying the bedpan. You are the one supposed to be, wheelchairing the person.
You need somebody by the patients to take care of.
When you travel out, the doctors, the nurses, they are the ones who will be pushing the people in their wheelchairs. They are taking care of bedpan, blah blah, because they are paid to do that. So why is our case different? Why? And then when I say they are overpampered, somebody says I didn't say it right. Well, you read your thing. I don't want to. Because today I came with fire and brimstone.
You started already, and so I'm just allowing you to proceed in that. But we do not, maybe to understand or investigate the facilities for which this person was taken to and wasn't given treatment.
Right.
If the committee is serving that purpose, I will understand. But any other thing that goes beyond to want to look into, no bed syndrome, why don't we have bed? Please, we've done this.
We
far
don't
too many
need a
times.
committee. Look, Marina, do you know there's an organization called HEFRA?
Yes.
Health Facilities Regulatory Authority. Do you know their job? They are supposed to ensure that every facility that we have, which is a health facility, is supposed to have a certain requirements. They are supposed to take their prerequisites. Ask me if they are able to do that. They recently started closing certain hospitals and clinics, right? HEFRA.
Yeah.
To the point where they started mentioning to us, the famous Akawe at Adabraka, HEFRA went there and they realized that they actually don't have a license, and they were treating people. Can you imagine that? So what kind of treatment was being given to the people? Can you just think about it? Meanwhile, there are people I have heard this morning who take their bath, eat breakfast, and tell their families,
I'm going to work. That's the part that fascinates me every time.
Say you know they do the work, but
you wake up and you dress.
Yes, and you tell people that so that one they will pay me.
We pretend to work,
and so they pretend to pay us.
No, but the paying part is not pretense, because they actually get paid, but they pretend to work. So in all of that, there's a short change of somebody, because one person is pretending to work, but at the end of the month we'll take something.
So yesterday I was in Osu. I went to see a doctor because I woke up with a very bad cold.
Yeah.
When I went to Osu, this area around the Vodafone on the Oxford Street, when you are
the MTN office,
when you are turning from there, like there's a big hole, and my car just slouched into the bam. When I got up to check my vehicle, the people who were selling there, everybody said, boss, we the owner of it, me so I said, the people at the Kokma Assembly that manage Osu, when they go to work, what do they do?
Very
they take
legitimate question.
business operation permits, they take property rate, they take all the monies. Osu Oxford Street is like a big business corner. So
huge
what
shops?
So yes,
huge shops,
and they unfailingly come to take the money. So why? This one, if I go to the assembly and go and start asking them for my money, they won't give me. So now I have to go to my Rana Moto in my own decency and go and fix it. But it doesn't make sense. Why are we all doing our work and paying all our taxes? Like Asa Kuma will say, we're working like bulls. So the government does go work like bulls. And the government is not working. They are not fixing nothing. They are not.
Senior Counsel, good morning to you.
Can Phil bring Johnny water?
Oh,
You want me to be calming down?
Oh no!
Today I came with.
Interestingly, I don't want him to calm down. Actually,
Actually, I brought my mint drink, but I came with lime and brimstone. If I drink it, it will calm me down.
Johnny has already read Ghana's favorite newspaper. I don't know.
so you don't have interest for any other newspaper.
So reread it. Reread
thank
it. Reread it.
Ghana's favorite newspaper. 7 Ghanaians killed, 4 injured. And this is a story that has been running since Sunday, I think.
Yeah, I think the incident.
DNA test underway to identify burnt bodies. Ken won't break away from NPP spokesperson. Which of the spokesperson?
Which of the Kens? Which of the Kens? Is it Ufuriata or is it Ufuriata?
Well, it comes with a picture of Kennedy Ejapong.
Okay. But when is Ken Ufuriata coming back home?
Well, there are
his
two
matter
Kens
even
with
was
2 different
adjourned
stories.
for a very long time.
Ken won't break away. So the spokesperson knows Kwesu Kwarteng. That's his picture here.
Yeah, I told you so.
And the Ken they are talking about is Kennedy Ejapong.
Is that Kwesi Kwarteng who walked out of our studio?
Yes.
When I asked him the Moshosho rice.
No, that one that you were putting pressure on to answer questions.
No, but it was a simple question. Did you give the children expired rice? Yes or no?
That you were giving the man
his hands were tied and you were pushing him to untie
but it's a straight question. Is that not what we are taught to do?
Orders man to pay 200,000 Ghana cedis for breach of marital promise. Charlie Marina has been so excited about this story since yesterday. He has sent me multiple messages.
That
how this one
before we have to discuss it.
What are we discussing about this story?
A non-married,
if you promise to marry and you don't marry,
yeah.
Since we cannot force you to marry, you pay.
You pay
for keeping the person waiting.
In fact, where is the story?
It's a very simple matter.
Where is the story? we have to.
How many promises have you made?
I hear that when you send a lady money to come and visit you,
and she doesn't come,
it's also breach. Is it true?
It's breach of contract.
Yeah, man.
It's breach.
Yes.
Hey, then people will be going to jail.
You agreed.
Oh, but I think more often than not, the guys
given is consideration.
The guys are
offer acceptance and consideration.
The guys are shy, so they never raise the issue.
You can't raise them.
Exactly. So it dies away.
The intention was ill-intended.
Yeah, understand.
You know how many people have run away with Phil's lorry fare?
Please, come on. So
there are some parameters in this. You have to demonstrate that there was indeed a promise. That promise was not some casual conversation. Oh, but they may worry.
They were this. So apparently, they were even describing the guy as in-law in the ladies. I think there was she lost a parent, and in the obituary and everything, the man was described as an in-law.
Yes. So in the face of the law,
before I married my wife, I had not gone to present the drink. We were dating. When my father died, as traditional as their people are, they didn't show face.
Exactly.
Because I have not known.
Performed. You had not performed.
Specifically performed.
But everybody knew you were together, but they would.
But even my father told me before he died that I cannot go and sit on TV or radio and say this one is my girlfriend, because tomorrow circumstance can change. So now that I'm legally married,
so you now understand why Mawena never announces.
Yeah,
he keeps saying he doesn't have.
Oh my! How did I even end up in this
but
conversation?
It's good to declare his assets, so we can know.
These are not assets.
It's a good
like
input you made there, Mawena, when you said you referenced the obituary.
Yeah.
It's one of the factors that the court would have taken into consideration.
It's actually a factor the court took into consideration. Actually.
Well, I have not read it, and so I'm just
yeah. But maybe the gentleman has been giving things.
Well, that is
it's been sorting out. So of our and then say, "Oh, Charlie."
We'll get into it because we have some of the facts or briefs in relation to it. I mean, it's one that has got a lot of people interested.
Okay, so it's not about you.
It's not about you.
I mean,
so who is your girlfriend?
What breach of?
So who is your girlfriend?
What breach
you have not promised anybody.
I don't go about promising people.
You have not promised the lady that you are with. Eric Mawena better.
I told you he's not with any lady.
Exactly. And so upon what basis are you drawing this conclusion?
How is he even suggesting that to us?
Valentine, when we're running the LPM here,
right.
The man swore heaven on earth that no, lie, it no be me.
So the lady,
not what you talk
so the lady in her this thing, or is not this thing.
In what? He's been posting some lady.
Oh no, but I've seen him at events with.
But posting a lady cannot amount.
It's not posting, walking with the lady.
That cannot also amount to any promise to marry.
They are church people, eh?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know how many wives Jehovah's Witnesses would have married? It was just a matter of walking with.
Oh my goodness.
No, they are on a sermoning journey.
Exactly.
So Mawena too is a preacher.
Oh, I've always been one. That I can say very confidently.
They are listening to you.
So me telling a lady that I will marry you. You see that play that you people always play in your offices.
Which
say you dear, if I don't marry you.
Do you know somebody used to work here, Clotte? When he meets a lady, he says, "I'll marry you." That's his nickname. Ask all the old guys here.
I've heard someone tell that story.
Oh, he will give you confidence right now. Phil Clotte, I'll marry you.
So in his case, that confidence he would give the lady.
No, but it's a joke. It was a joke.
Exactly. So the lady should have taken that confidence seriously enough to use it to make plans for her life. That's another test.
Then that will also amount
to. That's another test of it.
But the guy just says casually, "I'll marry you."
No, you can't just say casually. But if you go about casually telling somebody consistently that, me too, I'll use it.
I can bet that
I am 35 years old. I don't have a boyfriend. Then you are casually telling me you marry. Every time we meet, you casually tell. I will start bringing you food. In the evening, I'll cook and bring to you.
No, but they don't do that anymore. They order boat food or Yango food or something.
Oh no, there are still people who actually go and
cook.
Marina.
Put it in a basket and put napkin
and
put napkin on it.
So they'll come to your place and come in.
That was the vibe back then. Oh, they cook the food and then they put it in a basket, then put napkin on.
That's old love.
Then walk to the place
from your father's house to his house.
That's the evidence.
Then you have it in there.
And the whole community is watching you.
That me, I have been coming here bringing you food. So if you say you marry the lady, you are in trouble.
In fact, going to mark territory.
Your system was good.
It has self-checks. You see,
the evidence was available.
We'll be checking there.
Yes, so every other young man in the community knows that in the evening, Yamasa is going to Derry's house.
Yes, to go and yes.
And in Derry's house, there's a young man there called. I was going to mention your name.
There was evidence.
Back then it was.
Say again.
Back then it was good.
No, it was good.
Today
it was good. People and where I come from, so from Chapare, Ulo, through the whole of that enclave, there, one of the ways the man will also demonstrate would be for the young man to mobilize his colleagues, come to the woman's
and come and work
farm, and come and come and work there.
Charlie, in their Bible,
you farm
in the
for
Bible,
your prospective father-in-law.
In the
Before
Bible,
you marry,
in the Bible, you do know that something happened to Joseph's friend or his relative Laban.
Yes,
He
the
labored
one
him.
who did for 7 years.
He labored in vain.
When he finished, when he said, was it the woman who said what, or the father-in-law?
No, so he said
So he went and started another round.
The
of
second
7
daughter could not marry before the first.
He
So
didn't
he
get-
did it for 14
he
years. He
didn't
labored
get-
for 14 years.
No, but if you are looking at the Bible, you get
Then he actually did another 7.
Yeah.
40 years of labor.
all over again.
Oh
40
no, I
years.
won't do.
14 years.
I will not
That's-
do.
That was the test of love.
What is there of
That
love
was
about?
Jacob, right?
Yes.
Jacob
Yes.
did
That was the
14
test
years.
of love.
Look, do you know there are traditions in Africa where people are actually flogged?
Yeah. I think I saw.
So to
videos
prove
Oh,
of
your
it, to
masculinity.
prove- yeah.
Yes. I read about
What
that.
kind of dangerous love is that?
Quite recently.
Painful love.
and the woman is proud to bear the marks of her
Prospective
husband or
pros-
prospective
right.
husband. If you don't have the mark, and they're having a term for it, if you don't have that mark, it means that.
What kind of love is that?
So,
Small love you go
be
chop, they
careful.
forbid you before.
Be careful who you promise, you know, or what you say. Don't go and fire one out of excitement. You say things you shouldn't be saying. Be guarded and be guided.
Are you talking to the trotro drivers this morning?
No, trotro drivers
Yeah,
don't.
no-
they
yeah,
don't
very
use words
notorious.
anyhow.
Trotro drivers.
They don't use words.
But-
I'm talking the long distance drivers. of the
Everywhere they stop, there's somebody.
trotro. Those are the drivers plying Accra Waru.
No, it's coming.
Oh,
it's
no.
coming.
It's to come
Every
who? Which
major
them?
stop. Every major.
There's
stop,
somebody there.
There's a fufu pounder.
There's a colleague of ours who says, you don't know when you need help somewhere.
So you have to
So
go
you
about
have to have people everywhere, in this country.
And the people can only be women.
So that when there's an emergency,
and the people can only be women.
You find a place to rest.
They can only be women.
If there's an emergency at night, who can run to your rescue? The woman or the man? Why do you need women?
Only women.
Me, I didn't challenge the
theory.
The theory.
Right.
I'm just
Telling
relaying
us
the theory to
what it
you.
means.
He said, you need to strategically have people placed such that when you find yourself in trouble, you have a place to lay your head.
See, trotro drivers, uniformed people, like police, military.
Corey says women have connections,
Oh no,
so they will solve your problems.
they will solve your problems for you. They no put you for problem inside before.
A bit more in terms of the papers. The National Enquirer, they have cocoa politics. NPP and ease as NDC rolls out sweeping sector reform, 70% for farmers, 50% local processing, bonds for stability. Farmers applaud government. Yati Ahu hits NPP as disgruntled delegates unveil new party, the
What does that
base.
Yati
Splinter.
Ahu means what?
Splinter. It's a splinter group from within the NPP that is being reported here. President Kufuor Oponfosu appointed to AEF Strategic Advisory Board. Holders of Ghanaian passports can now travel to about 50 countries without visa. Foreign Affairs Minister. State Housing Company issues final warning to encroachers, and Land Minister caution public land allocations that breach due process will be revoked. Boss Energies bids farewell to Deputy MD, welcome successor. But they're making changes at
Where?
Bost.
Bost?
Yeah.
I said they bid farewell to the deputy and they are welcoming the successor.
Let's
read the details,
let's
let's
read
see.
it and let's be sure.
Story on page 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And let me celebrate Mr. Frifa of the Ghana Immigration Service this morning. He retired and went home. He didn't stay on the job. Let the retirees go.
Yesterday.
Oh, not yesterday, but I think over the weekend, Friday, and he went home. He didn't ask for contract extension. He didn't stay. He left honorably. So
Mr. Frifa,
we celebrate
you
you.
for creating room
Yeah.
for a young
Yeah.
person.
So those of you who are still holding on to
May the system
positions,
look kindly upon you.
yeah,
And may your retirement be peaceful and enjoyable.
Okay.
May
So-
your grandchildren bring you happiness.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. So it's actually one the deputy being elevated to a new position and someone. So, Boss Energies on Monday held a ceremony in Accra to bid farewell to its outgoing deputy managing director, Mrs. Adjoa Sewa Bonzi, and officially welcome Mr. Salifu Nat Echampong as a successor. The event followed the appointment of Ms. Bonzi by President Mahama as the new executive secretary of the Energy Commission of Ghana. The elevation to the national regulatory body paved the way for Mr. Echampong, a long-serving member of the Boss Energies team, to assume the role of deputy managing director.
A man tired for the place.
So, but it falls in line with what you've been campaigning. So, like making room for someone within the team
to actually
rise to the position.
Gain from.
So the new final newspaper, Ghana to become Africa's 8th largest economy in 2026. 8th largest economy in Africa. That is our ambition. I read somebody wrote an opinion on this. The simple question he asked was, why not the first 5? Why the first 8? Ghana's export rise by
is the person not happy about
$1 million in 2000.
Relax. Is the person not happy about inflation, about fuel prices, about CD-dollar relationship?
Which is probably the reason the person thinks that we could aim higher. That we are doing well. We are laying the foundations and looking at where we are headed. If we don't take our eyes off the ball, if we press on harder, we may just fall within the first 5.
You know what one of my professors told me in school? He said, school going no hard. If you want A, that be why you dey struggle. Let's relax there. He says school go no hard. It be you say you want A, that be why you dey suffer.
Ghana's economy is still vulnerable to commodity swings. Good. So let's link the two. Ghana to become Africa's 8th largest economy in 2026. And you say we are minded by all the good things. Inflation. Stable exchange rates, stable fuel prices, all those good things. Now, PwC is warning that the economy is still vulnerable to commodity swings.
So I was right.
If you want A,
that be why you dey struggle. Because if you get C+, you still pass.
Ghana's exports. Students who are listening to us, don't mind Johnny.
I'm saying.
In fact, don't listen.
I'm saying it is what my professor, one of my professors, told me. I'm not saying that they should go and do it, but I'm just telling them.
Don't listen to Johnny.
That
look for your A.
Council. You law school. I don't know people who come there to just look for 50.
They just want to pass.
They just want to the 50. Don't stress me.
The real detail is when you are practicing.
Yes.
It is.
They just want the 50 mark.
They will take us on. So there you listen.
They just want to clock the 50. They say pass mark is 50. If you choose to get 80, it's your problem.
That is your problem.
But me, 50. I'm a lawyer.
I'm not.
We have both been called.
Nobody they'll not call you and they'll say bring your transcript.
When you take a lot of the transcripts, you see 50, 51, 50.
Nobody is stressing themselves.
51.
If I get 50,
you want 70.
If I get 50 and you get 70, we'll both be called lawyers. What is your problem?
But the person will get a good, maybe fully funded LLM.
Do you know that when we go to the university and those who get first class and etc., when it comes to the actual work, most of them struggle.
I like that you said most of them.
Yes, not all of them. Most of them struggle. If you look at the transcript that they bring to you, Charlie, the thing be sweet. But when it comes to Yema problem they Ghana.
Because they spend all the time learning the theory.
But we too, where we did the street.
Students, don't listen to this conversation. Go and get your beautiful transcript.
I am not saying that they should not pass.
They should pass.
I am saying that don't kill yourself.
Please kill yourself. Get that A. You deserve it.
I'm not saying they don't deserve it either.
Treasury bill.
I'm just saying that they should pass. That's all.
Why struggle for 90% when you can just work with 50%?
When you can, in fact, if you even do 65,
and then you are good to
you still pass.
99%. I
You-
dare say,
if you
in
get
fact,
sec-
I am challenging.
if you get-
99% of students, law students, are praying for 50%.
Only.
Yeah, because
Only.
you can't afford to take to take that again.
Hey,
It's life, I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself.
Charlie,
It's-
Charlie,
you
I
must be
know a
yourself.
valedictorian who is still struggling to find a job.
Yes.
Those are
real
sometimes very depressing.
sadly.
The
those
guy
are
pass
real-
everybody, oh,
Real stories.
but job no day.
Those are real stories. A lot of the people.
We two way we no pass. We two way day.
Hard. You know, sometimes
My
very-
dear UPSA student, my dear Lagos student, my dear Unimark student, my dear KNUST,
UCC,
Winneba, all the students. Tell yourself that you are that different, that rare, that 1 in 100, who will score the perfect score,
Right.
and get a job.
I
After your
I
national
didn't
service.
say that you cannot score the perfect job
Aspire
and get. I say
to
I
inspire.
know one person.
And I inspire to aspire.
Is it now see, so let me give the students the formula. You attend your lectures, you don't miss them, you write your quizzes, your IAs, you take your exam, you will pass. It is the truancy that makes a lot of people fail.
Yeah.
But then if you are focused and you deliver on all those things, you can actually be calculating your CGPA while you are still in school, right? Because you are taking some quiz. A quiz is 15 marks. You are taking some IA, maybe it's 10 marks or another 15. You are writing your end of semester exam, which is around maybe like 40, 60%, right? If you put it together, you can't get everything out of the 15. In fact, any lecturer that gives you 15 over 15 himself must be questioned. You get the point. So if you put all those ones together and you get 10 here, maybe 12 here, then you get 40 here, put it together, you're very close the 50% mark. Why do you want to kill yourself?
Yeah. You can. I mean, take your IA seriously.
Take
prepare
your
for
quizzes seriously.
Then you're
Write
good
it.
to go.
You pass. There are lecturers who actually come to the lecture halls, and so 62s has been very regular in class. Maybe 62s wrote and got 49. Said, "Oh, let me add 2 to 6 mark." There are lecturers who do that
Because they
because
also
they
appreciate
realize that you come to class, you contribute, blah blah blah. What could have happened to you? So let me help you to pass.
and that is very very allowed.
School go no hard. If you won't get a, be a problem.
Let me do the last paper I have. ECG board chair faces backlash over Pekpene contract renewal bid. This is the Overseer newspaper. I think, Johnny, we were talking about this somewhere last week.
Right.
About this ECG extension of the contract of the present MD. It looks like the trouble has so ended. The GRA 2026 VAT reforms, while the new system benefits consumers and businesses alike. Gold Board suspends selected gold buying license applications. Breach of promise to marry. Court orders businessman to pay 200,000 cedis compensation. Automobile dealers announce 15% reduction in vehicle prices, citing steady stability. And teenage pregnancy on the rise in Akachi South exceeds national target.
Pardon?
Teenage pregnancy on the rise in Akachi South exceeds national target.
There's a national target for There's a national target for teenage pregnancy.
Akachi South.
Story
You are breaking the national record.
Story on,
Hey, how?
Story on page 3.
Go to page 3. Hey,
They are passing too much.
Akachi South.
Akachi South.
This is, you have to come in.
Passing too much.
No, but if you are exceeding national target, read the thing again.
Read the headline again.
Teenage pregnancy on the rise in Akachi South
Right.
exceeds national target.
Imagine.
National target. We are even trying to bring the thing down. You have passed the thing. Come on, please. Play us Bobo music for Akachi before.
Hey.
No, we won't.
I want to. I'm not sure Phyllis.
No. Read the detail.
So the Akachi South municipality recorded 314 teenage pregnancies in 2025, exceeding the national target despite intensifying efforts by health officials to curb the situation. Sad as it may be, 6 girls aged 10 to 14 years were pregnant. And 269 teenagers delivered, of which 5 were between 10 and 14 years, all making up 12.1% against the national target of reducing below 11.5%. Ms. Justine Sefako Alonyo, Municipal Director of Health Services, disclosed during the 2025 Health Performance Review at the Akachi South Municipal Assembly Hall. Under the antenatal care, 2,594 pregnant women were registered in 2025, representing 65.9% coverage, up from 2,278. Let me see if there's a bit more in terms of... I think that's all of the details in...
10-year-olds are already ready to produce children.
10 to 14 years.
Aren't they children too?
Yeah, they are.
10 years old.
In fact, the persons who are getting them pregnant are committing crimes.
Yes.
Because they are below
That's right.
the 16-year age mark.
That's right. 10-year-old.
And so that is even problematic that we're having people finding persons below the age of 16
Are
years.
they matured enough to have 10-year-olds, pelvic issues, 10-year-old?
Yeah, 10 years
So,
old.
Akachi South is led by Daniel Dagba. He is the MCE for the area. Corey, put up his picture.
Relax. Mr. Dagba works here too.
No,
not our Dagba.
I didn't say he works here.
MCE for Akachi South is Daniel Dagba. And he got an overwhelming vote out of a total of 41 members, comprising 28 elected representatives and 13 appointees. Mr. Dagba secured 32 yes votes to gain the nod as the president's nominee.
But should we put the pressure on Mr. Dagba?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mr. Dagba.
he's the president.
What happens to the
give you
parents?
Another person. Relax. So MC is Mr. Dagba.
Mr. Dagba, Corey.
I am coming to give you the name of the Municipal Director of Education. If I can't talk to you.
And then the health director.
The health director, I think, Municipal Director of Health, Justine Sefako Alonyo.
Oh, Mr. Dagba.
Mr. Dagba.
Oh, Chairman.
You can't do this. You have to deal with. You are exceeding the national target
of 11.5%.
The Municipal Director of Education for Akachi South is Karim Ayana Umar. Karim Ayana Umar. You can put his photo to there. These two gentlemen.
But Sexus, you are forgetting the security coordinator for the area.
Why they shouldn't allow jams at night?
No, it's not about jams.
It's not about jams.
No,
but
I'm trying to see.
These children cannot go and copulate in their parents' homes.
So
they will be in corners.
In that case, we should be attacking the operators of the guest houses.
No,
who says
the 10-year-olds go to guest houses. Who would even admit them?
Bush.
Police commander.
Mr. Daniel Dagba. Let me look for the municipal police commander too. Corey, have you found the municipal?
Charlie, but this is scary.
Because
no, you see, I'm doing this because the story says they have
exceeded the national target.
So where the national target is that we should this year be dealing with 5 the whole year. They are dealing with how many?
300 or something, Charlie.
I mean, no, this is not.
They have exceeded the national target.
Umar. So Akachi, he is the director of education for
Akachi South.
Akachi South. Police commander. What is your name?
Oh, Charlie.
Police commander.
Akachi
police station. This one is a bit tricky.
In fact, why you look for
Superintendent Isaac Baden? No, I'm not sure.
We're not sure. We're not sure.
No, we are not sure about that. In fact, play the bobo for Mr. Dagba.
You have to bring it back.
No, bring it back. You don't speak Ango. You speak Vedo.
So I will follow my Lord.
Okay.
I will follow my Savior.
Right. And you say the Akachi South people are not following the Lord in the same.
On a more.
No. We have to do something about this.
Yeah.
I think that the gender ministry should be more interested in this conversation
as well,
because it's scary. Look, beyond the pregnancies that are being recorded and reported, there's also the conversation about STIs. Right?
In fact, all of those details are the HIV infections, new cases in the municipality and all of that. But I just left it at the exceeding national average.
But that's scary.
And the fact that people are finding 10 to 14-year-olds and impregnating them.
Akachi South is it means that there's a lot of sexual crime.
Who's a member of parliament?
Yes.
In the area. Yes.
Let's look for the MP. Let's show him
so
love.
Once you are getting the MP, so 3 years ago, Chief Soup.
Oh, take your time.
I'm coming.
They said the thing is 2025.
Yes, Chief Soup Isaac Ba was the municipal police commander.
Right.
This story by this is 26th January 2025. Okay, let me come down. I've also seen this one. MSN, the website. It says
First Deputy Speaker
Isaac Ba. Yes.
First Deputy Speaker. You know, I knew. I just wanted to confirm.
Yes.
I actually just wanted to confirm as well, because when we started talking about it, it's one of the reasons why it struck all of us.
Right.
But in the back of our heads, we hadn't connected to the fact that it was also the First Deputy Speaker's.
First Deputy Speaker.
Yes,
Bernard Ahiafo.
That's his constituency.
That's his constituency.
That's his
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you're out of order.
Mr. Speaker, no. Because
No.
the way sometimes when he's moderating the debates, when he's moderating the debates,
the discipline associated with it.
So what is happening in his backyard?
No, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you.
You have to take this.
Please put his picture up.
Yeah,
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker. No.
So, Mr. Speaker, you and your MCE, your Municipal Director of Education, your Municipal Police Commander, what are you doing about this?
Health Director.
The Municipal Health Director.
Justine.
5 of you.
Sefako Alonyo.
Yes, 5 of you. What are you doing about this? And we are going to put you on air.
Nyo means good, eh? Something is good.
Alonyo.
Alonyo
means.
So what is the alo?
It will have some euphemistic meaning.
This is not fair. Because Mr. Speaker is out of order.
You put just any picture.
In fact, let's raise it,
We can still slap you with
Mr. Speaker.
No, this one, dear Mr. Speaker. No. We cannot
something ought to be.
We cannot say that the king is naked. We cannot say.
Mr. Speaker, you have to speak.
We cannot say that you are out of order. Who are we?
We don't qualify.
Mr. Speaker, it looks like there's too much noise in the house.
Yeah.
It looks like the house.
Good hands, Alonyo. Good hands.
Good hands, Alonyo. Hey, good hands, no, they feel hold the kids. Charlie, this morning we are hearing things. I'm telling you.
Everything that is
no.
Akachi's house seems to be contradicting this.
Everything.
I mean, you are breaking a record in the negatives. How?
That we
are not saying
we
that
set national past or something.
And targets exceed national average. That's not. We are saying that teenage pregnancy
10 to 14 years. No,
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Bernard Ayafo
is
Mr. Dagba, not the one who works here. Mr. Dagba.
Mr. Dagba, Daniel Dagba, MCE. Justine who?
Justine Alonyo.
Yeah,
Alonyo.
When we were in primary school, when
police commander,
when they write,
I'm not sure who you are.
When they write names
but
of,
it looks like it is soup, chief soup.
When we were in primary school, when they write names of talkatics and they want to give you extra punishment, what is it? DP,
double punishment.
And so this is double deal. DD Dagba.
Double, yeah.
Daniel Dagba. DD.
Dagba,
yeah, it means Charlie, they will deal with you.
No,
they have to fix the issue. I'm telling you.
No. You cannot be breaking negative records. No. No.
Sixers, you're making an important. They have to answer for
how. They have to.
And what new interventions they are putting in place to ensure that we don't.
But if you ask me, other people are very disciplined. Particularly ever fathers, the way they will scold you, and so what's happening there?
Some of us are living testimonies.
The parents must also come forward and come and answer certain questions. That how did this happen under your watch? Where does your child go at night? How do you manage your home, etc.? 10 to 14 years, no.
And 10 to 14.
And the point you make is very, very important as to the role of parents. I have lived with my parents for a very long time before I left the house. And when I started working as a journalist, 28, whatever,
right,
and it is past 10 p.m., I may be doing something, and so I was on a late shift and all of that. I get called. And I'm asked, where are you?
Where are you? Yes. My mother still does that to me.
Are you on your way home?
Yeah.
And all of that. And yet, when I am returning home, I live
and you were not even living with them?
I was living with them.
No, they'll call you, yeah.
Yeah. In the Ga South municipality, Afuama to be precise, when I'm getting home, sometimes 11 p.m., I see young girls outside, gallivanting, going about in corners. Some of the boys are holding weed, they are smoking. And I ask myself, where are the parents? Because for me, who is working,
taking care of yourself,
I get called,
yeah,
and I'm asked, where are you? Are you on your way home? And yet you have some parents allowing their wards do as they please.
You know what the Gamanche has done? He says they actually have given monies to people who are serving as vigilantes.
Yeah,
Gamami, like Central Accra. And if you are a child and you are caught loitering about after 8 p.m., they will deal with you.
Because
they actually buy canes. Because look, let's face the fact, the children of these days are misbehaving. I do a lot of those night rounds, night recording. I'm doing my investigations, blah 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 blah. Sometimes I was mentioning the schools. There's a public school. When you go to the back of the public school, the children field day.
In the night.
Yes, this is late, and you don't expect. When I was 10 years, 14 years, where would I?
You can't even be out.
Are you serious? 10 years, 14 years. You will leave JB Hughes' house
and it's not
and go where?
And it's not like you are going to beat. The word is you can't be out after this time. And
your
sealed.
father is the one dishing the food, your supper for you to eat. He is watching you. After 8 p.m. you will sleep. You are the one coming to dictate to him how you want to run your life.
So in this Akachi story, I agree with you 100%.
The parents have to come into the equation. It's a shame. It's a shame. 10 to 14 years.
10 to 14 years.
No,
10 to 14 years, you're on your way to JHS.
Yes. You're actually in
10
JHS.
years, you're around
Look,
class 6,
Marina,
class 5.
perhaps this is a conversation that, the other leg of the conversation that we have not paid attention to. 10 years, your body is not ready to accommodate a baby.
In fact, you are not ready.
Their parents most probably may not be able to afford a cesarean section for them. So they are going to push the babies out. Most of them don't have the capacity and the energy and the strength
to push.
They would lose their lives.
And that is mortality rate also increasing. So you see the ripple
it's a
effect.
Multifaceted conversation.
The ripple effect. So I mean, it is Akachi South we are discussing, but we eventually would have to come back to the national average. What was the national average mentioned?
11.5 means the teenage pregnancies must be below 11.5.
Why do we even start that conversation of teenage pregnancy and set a target for it?
No,
on a national average.
On a base, yes.
And for us to begin to achieve some results, we have to now ensure that the work we are doing, there are benchmarks against which we can measure the progress.
But Sixtus,
with the work that we do.
Do you think that, and most of these children are lured by people who are able to take care of them because there may be some challenges at home. So our social protection standpoint is also a big conversation. Do you think that if the father and the mother had a wherewithal, aside situations where the child is rotting and decides to go wayward, but if the mother and father are able to take care of the child, do you think that somebody can lure them? My father used to tell my sisters that, and he used to give them pet names. Oh, darling, sweetie, how are you? Blah blah blah. So they've been hearing it.
When
somebody says it doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense to you because I hear it every day.
I told you are beautiful every day.
Yes.
Different about this.
When my dad wants to drive us out, we the men, he tells us to open the doors
for the
ladies, or he does it himself. So when you go out with my sister and any of them, and you try to open the door, try and sweet talk her, you are wasting your time. You have to work extra hard and do something. You know, they don't hear it. They don't see the parents. Parents are up before they wake up.
No, Johnny. Where you are headed, we have to now begin to look at the demography of Akachi South. I mean, if you had situated
I know Akachi South.
I don't know.
I have been in Akachi South.
Work life in Akachi South as it is in Accra.
But Akachi is not a village.
I'm not saying it's a village.
Akachi is.
You are talking about
metropolitan. It's not a village. Akachi South is like a boston. As they say, like it's a vibrant place.
It's not a place that you say.
It's a vibe. No. It's not some misbegotten place. It's like a vibrant place. So the parents will have jobs to do, and that excuse that people make here in Accra is most possible that it will happen in Akachi, because Akachi has mentioned the shops, mentioned government hospital, mentioned like banks. It's not a village. Akachi South is like this Adenta, Medina conversation. You find greens and people going to farms, but
you are still missing my point.
No,
my point is this.
What is your point?
Adenta. I live on that stretch.
Right.
These are all areas, if you like, call them dormitory towns.
Right.
A lot of us who live on those, I'm on the Dodowa stretch.
You
I talk
move
about
from
it
there
every
towards
day.
Accra to work.
We all swam into Accra on a daily basis just to earn our keep.
Right.
You get it?
Right.
What you are likely to find in Akachi South would be somebody living in Adenta and working a few blocks away from his workplace, or from his house within Adenta there.
Right.
The person doesn't have to move in thick traffic from Adenta to, say, Kanda. Let me use myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. if I'm living in Akachi South. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m.
Can you make that same excuse? Can you make that same excuse for people who live in Ebri? You don't. You don't know the location. I'm saying that. I'm saying that Akachi South is not a village.
No, I didn't say it was a village. I'm just
Akachi South has predominantly what we have, and I'm mentioning Adenta and those places, so you get like a thorough understanding of what Akachi South looks like. And I'm saying that most probably, I know people who work in Akachi South, right? Government hospital, etc., who go to work and bury their heads in work until late. When you leave your child in that situation, and there's no proper control, what happens?
That happens everywhere. You see, that's what the point I'm making.
So why is Accra?
We cannot begin to make that excuse.
Hold on.
Say that.
So why is Accra not above the national average?
So it simply cannot be a question of parents are working and they don't have time to.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So that excuse I don't even want us to make.
No, because nobody who is a proper parent can make that excuse. And that is not what I suggested. What I'm saying is that the parents, if they had the wherewithal to take care of their children, nobody can lure their children into whatever activity. And I use the example of my father to my sisters, how he would call them pet names, open car doors, etc. Do they get that in Akachi South? That's where the conversation goes. What we're also forgetting is that there are people who have migrated from other places to come and work in Akachi South, whether they are on transfers and whatever it is. Some of them may be interested in doing whatever it is. If you know Akachi South properly, you would realize that there are people who just drive out of town for weekend, whatever rendezvous and whatever they want to do. All these are factors within the full equation. Because if I am traveling from, let's say, Accra or Ebri to come to Akachi South for a weekend, I want to come and eat akple, blah, 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 blah. I'm there Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, I leave. Would you know what I came there to do, and I'll be doing what I'll be doing? It is a conversation. It's the question.
Okay. So
and if I come to that place, I will have money to spend. And I'm saying that if the home is not good and it's broken,
such persons can take advantage.
If they have not seen, some of them have not even seen maybe 500.
So is the demography of the kids given? All we have is the age.
Yeah, but what else?
All we have is the age.
So
we don't know what parental background they are from.
No,
right.
We don't know that.
All of that is missing.
So I'm not sure the story has detail enough.
The story
begin to. So all we can do is try to look at it in the totality. That how many, what do you call it? These are the factors that could generally...
So Akachi South has 40 health facilities. 40 health facilities there. Served by
government,
2 hospitals, 1 private, 1 municipal, 6 health centers, 27 CHIPS compound, and 1 CHAG facility and 4 clinics. Infrastructure deficits and transportation challenges remain key.
I said Akachi has a government hospital.
Let me add this one. There's a message on under our stream, Kojo Fiagbe. He says not long ago, Akachi North was holding that title. So
not long ago, it was Akachi North, which was going above the national average, and now it's come down to South.
So it cannot be a simple problem of parenting. This is my guess. I have already said that we don't have enough.
But where does the child live? Who does the child live with?
All those are factors that, in the generality of the conversation,
will be
we
considered.
can point to.
Yeah.
But if you have a 10-year-old child, right, and you see the child's lifestyle change, as the parent, if
you are assuming that the 10-year-old is living with a parent,
but where else would they be living?
With somebody else. Maybe he's on his own.
Really?
Yes.
10-year-old.
The kids we see on the streets, how old are they?
But these ones are not children on the streets.
How do you know? That is exactly the point I'm making.
Sixtus.
That is exactly the point.
You are just being a lawyer.
No.
I'm telling you. You are just being a lawyer.
There's a follow-up on the WAS issue we looked at yesterday that we need to take. But I'm just trying to say that
you are just being a lawyer. I won't argue with you.
There are a number of factors that will come into play, and particularly the fact that for me, I think Kojo Fiagbe changed the story for me when he
indicates
pointed
that
to this,
it used to be at the north,
and
now it's come down.
now. So that whole enclave. Is it a transit point? Is it a border area? Is it a busy market?
All of that has
all these are things that can influence.
So what I said, if Fiagbe will come back, is a transit point. People come there to have their weekend holidays. People attend funerals.
I think the only thing I recall, in 2023 when the NDC was holding their national election,
right,
their elections for parliamentary candidates, and I went through the town briefly, and it's not a village like
no, it's not a village.
I went through because I was assigned to the Volta region, and so I went to different parts of the Volta region, and so I went through it. So you can go through there towards other tourist destination sites and what have you. And so there's a likelihood people could go there, go
and do their things,
relax,
and move away.
Exactly.
So
but
if you have
I see this
loitering there. So Johnny Hughes is a tourist who has gone to some waterfall.
It's on me.
Phil, you are a tourist. You've entered. There's somebody on the line. Let me finish quickly. Yeah. So Phil is a tourist. Charlie, over to you.
Look, when we were Barry Babeshe, every funeral in Accra had that song playing, and you have children like dancing.
These children will stay up late at the funeral ground.
Do you see that happening again in Accra? Because the parents have woken up. I said the parents in Akachi South
need to wake up.
They need to wake up.
And would you say the local assemblies within Accra have played any role in this?
What we have done, if you know the size of Akachi South, is actually like 3 municipalities in Accra put together. I lie.
Why are you attacking AMA?
No, I'm not attacking AMA. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that if you know like the size, it's big like 3. Because if I take AMA, I take Kokma, then I take Ablekuma South. That is Akachi. It's big, Akachi South. Right? We have not even come to North. We have not even come to North. We're just at South. Now, if you have an MCE, and the fact that the person is an MCE means that the population is huge, right? Before you get a municipality,
and Kojo Fiagbe has added that the poverty is very high. and that we are even considering Akachi town itself.
So you are coming to my point that I made, that if there's no social protection and the people are impoverished, they will be taken advantage of.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Fiagbe, for making my point easy for me. You are just being a lawyer.
Who do we have on the phone in relation to?
Mr. Adinkra is back on the line. Yesterday we had a conversation about the teachers of West Africa, teacher of West Africa senior high school that was beaten.
Was,
yes. The police, a case was made at the police station. So Christian Yao Adinkra is back on the line.
Do you know that WAS is not walled?
Yeah, it's not.
And do you know that sometimes the girls' dormitory, the light goes off?
It's actually outside of the school.
Yes, and do you know that there's cattle and goats who
they
come?
graze. Yesterday, they come to.
No. They have not been treated well. I'm telling you.
But they have a very beautiful front gate.
Yes,
that one.
When you see the entrance, it's very beautiful. They put all the money for the world. They put all.
Let's finish with the man. Let's finish with the man. I'll find their old students and share and the popular ones and give them funds.
Give them a small shout out. Mr. Adinkra, thank you very much for joining us. What are the updates you can share with us in relation to the attack on the teacher from the weekend?
Marina, please, thank you and your team. Yesterday, we are grateful for giving us the opportunity. Yesterday night, around 11 p.m., before midnight, let me put it like that, the police, in the company of my head teacher, Mr. Isaac Nyako, were able to run up the two boys from the school, the Papara school, and then the chief motor rider, or the one who, I would say, the ringleader. And so they are in police custody currently. This morning, 8, we are arraigned before court. So the police invited us to join our colleague for court. And so this morning, that is it. And Johnny is right to say and to critique that, yes, we've gone through a lot. Our walls weak and weak, not weak. Weak and broken, especially the eastern and then the western side. And so it's an access route for every miscreant or anybody. And so we taking the necessary efforts to ensure that some of these things are rectified. But we cannot do it internally alone. So the support from everybody is needed. Thank you. So that is it.
You're in court this morning with the student and everything, and your colleague who was assaulted. What's his current status as well?
He's okay. So today he's coming to join us at the court. I think according to him, the medical doctor has given him a leave to go for the court. So please, we are heading towards the court. He's fine by God's grace.
Right then, Mr. Adinkra, we'll leave it here. I'm sure as and when there are fresh updates, we'll get it.
Absolutely. We will update you. We are grateful, Marina.
Right then, thank you very much. That's Mr. Adinkra, Christian Adinkra, who is the chairman of the Medina Denta Bokobi branch of NAT, who will get us into sports now.
Before you do that, let me just quickly read some of the messages under the stream, and some sent to. I think there's a lot of interest in this conversation, especially the people within or who hail from the region at large. And so let me just try to read a couple. You are even scared to step out when your parents send you to run errands at 6 p.m. The thoughts of ghosts chasing you when is that? You know, we're talking about the time beyond which you don't step out. I mean, even for Bill, who loves football, I'm sure growing up, he wasn't stepping out at night to watch football, and I used to scale wall.
Oh, no. I was a good boy.
So this one, my senior sent in this one. Miracle says that when it's 6 p.m., even when they send you, you are in a hurry to get back home. You see, so to have a child staying out till late, you find a funeral, then the child is at the funeral ground till 12 a.m., 1 a.m. What are you doing there?
Right. You mentioned a number of the messages. Kojo Fiagbe in the stream says, Johnny, it's like you know Akachi South very well. Don't let your concentration be on Akachi town proper. The poverty level around that area is very high. So, Johnny, they say in the town proper, it looks very good. But, yeah, it confirms that, Then this one is from Yao Degbe. It says, a town is Akachi with loads of suburbs and villages, and the district is Akachi South. That one as well. Distinction self no take me anywhere. Na handcraft they survive me. That's near on the on the
whether 50% or 80%.
Yeah. And he returns to talk about the pregnancy issue and says it sure is as a result of a lot more younger parents as well. This one
which is another conversation. The parents of today, and would have to add that to the conversation about work life, balancing work life and parenting.
Absolutely.
Yes, for a lot of us young parents, we are really struggling. How did our fathers do it? We are really struggling it's like we need coaching on how to be parents. You see, that is also a big conversation that we must have.
The last one is from Sefia Moklu. He says, some of these kids are needlessly adventurous. They hear sex and they want to practice it. There are kids that are sent to buy something within 39 minutes and they can end up in the room of men.
That is true.
All of these are different factors that have to be considered in the
and that word adventure, young people of today and adventure, as far as sex is concerned,
10 to 14 years is a bit wild.
It's not wild, Charlie. You don't know what is happening.
To be fair, this generation has become more exposed to a lot of things than us. I think we were more controlled in terms of what we can talk about. That is one.
Our TV access was very limited.
Yeah, what to watch, what we can.
We didn't have social media.
Yes, so
we didn't have phones.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I was young, I didn't have.
Right, Bill, come on. We'll pick up this conversation a bit more and do that. But Bill is here.
But Bill used to scale or to go and watch. Cine,
I don't dare that be.
If
I was going to scale war, okay, so I remember that. What's it time?
Call you and
send you. What's it time? 2014. There was Champions League semi-final. You remember there was Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid versus Bayern.
Yeah,
I scaled the war for the second legs. Hello, good morning and welcome to Sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Shen. So our first story, Hearts of Folk, of course, are still basking in their victory that they recently had against Asante Kotoko, where they rewrote history by winning at the Babara Stadium in the league for the first time since 2018, and also closed the gap against Midiama to 5 points with 12 matches to go. For the Porcupine Warriors, however, it looks like a trophyless season is looming and they are under pressure to deliver with 12 games to go. My colleague Emmanuel Owusu was at the Babara Stadium and filed this report.
Kumasi. Beautiful weather on 33 degrees Celsius. Pleasant welcome to the garden city of Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital, known for its rich history and tradition, housing some of Ghana's premier health and educational facilities, and the beautiful historic story of Okomfo-Anokye. Just join us.
Heart of Oak's long drought at the Baba Yara Stadium is finally over. The Phobians last recorded a league win there against Kotoko during the truncated 2018 season. Before that, you have to go as far back as 2015. Just 15 minutes in, the decisive moment arrived. Baba Adamu rose to guide Martin Kakari's seasoned set piece past a poorly positioned Mohamed Kamara and into the back of the net. The travelling supporters erupted in celebration. Hearts were reduced to 10 men during the half-hour mark, but their resilience defined the context. In the end, the Phobians not only secured a historic victory, but also ended Kotoko's 21-game unbeaten home run in the league. Head coach Didi Dramani remained composed after breaking the jinx, stressing the importance of turning the University of Ghana Stadium, their temporary home, into a true fortress as the title race intensifies.
That's why we have the structure. We will lose the ball, but we win it back because we are in shape. So when they have the courage to do things consistently, that will help them to be able to play with confidence. No matter how, if you want to win the league, you need to win home matches. You need to be winning home matches. And that is the consistency that I keep speaking about that.
Meanwhile, questions continued to swell around Prince Yao Owusu's ability to steady Kotoko's faltering season. The caretaker coach, however, insists he's equal to the task.
It was just one mistake that caused us, because with the goalkeeper where he was standing, he could have jumped and then patted the ball over the bar. I don't know why he was following the ball, and that causes us. Look, the way House of Folk were playing, we were playing the same too, and we were even handling the ball more than they do. So I think the system was okay. It's just a mistake. That's what it comes in football.
For Heart of Oak supporters, it was a statement win, a sign that the Continental Masters are staring again. For the Kotoko faithfuls, it was a painful reminder that the Red Fortress is no longer impregnable. On Sunday night in Kumasi, the jinx was shattered and Baba Yara was breached. Kotoko may still lead the overall Super Clash tally, 41 wins to Hearts 39. But the balance of power in Ghana's most iconic rivalry is slowly shifting once again.
That was a report by my colleague Emmanuel Owusu. Meanwhile, Hearts of Oak skipper Benjamin Asare has refused to concede ground in the title race in Stitson. He insists that the battle for the Ghana Premier League crown is far from over despite the gap to leaders Mediama. The Phobians trail the Takwa Bay side by 5 points with 12 matches remaining, but Asare remains confident that momentum can quickly shift as the season enters its decisive stretch.
Because push first to fifth, and first to fourth, all is about determination on the field of play. Because Ubona Nyamiya Adum now win matches. I know bet now we say bet na league. But Nyamiya Adum na it me league, so it's a big opportunity my. And so far, so most of the players in they deserve say Nyamiya Adum na it me league, so be go. Once I Nyanya win way, I say it me my performance in aggressive and as we tough. Now always matches there, be
That was Benjamin Asare, goalkeeper for Hearts of Oak and man of the match during the Super Clash. Attention now turns to the camp of Asante Kotoko, and this time the headlines are not about the Super Clash defeat, but developments on the managerial front. The reports indicate that the Porcupine Warriors, who recently parted ways with head coach Karim Zito, are close to reaching an agreement with a long-term manager. Now, for now, the team remains under the guidance of interim coach Nane Aowusu, or Prince Aowusu, who took charge of the 1-0 loss to the 10-man Hearts of Oak.
Asante Kotoko are seriously in negotiations to appoint a former winner of the Ghana Premier League. The coach has been in Kumasi for the last 5 days. And negotiations are still ongoing. I will not be surprised if he's named in the course of this week. I'll not be surprised if Kotoko names a former Ghana Premier League winner as the head coach of the club heading into the last part of the season.
That was Richard Echampong giving us an update on Kotoko's managerial challenges and how they look to fix it in the coming days. We'll be heading to Europe shortly, but before that, let's do some women's football where Grace Asantewa scored a stunning goal as FC Jerez drew in Mexico, while Alice Kusi was on target. Our women's football expert Akosi Eji takes a look at the performances of some Black Queens players ahead of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations.
With just 30 days to the start of the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations, here is the second episode of Queens Abroad. From the Saudi Pro League, where Alice Kusi captained and scored for El Ali Ladies in their 6-1 victory against Eastern Flames. Remember that Alice is not the only Ghanaian player in the Saudi Pro League. So now we talk about striker Abigail Kofi Kim, who plays for Neom SC Women. They played against Asisat Oshoala's El Hilal, but unfortunately for Abigail Kofi Kim and her team, they were thumped 3-1 by Asisat Oshoala's team. We move away from the Saudi Pro League to Mexico, where Grace Asantewa plays for FC Juarez. Even though Grace started from the bench, her 90th minute goal restored parity for FC Juarez as they played against Puma MX Female in the Mexican League. Nancy Amo, who plays for Real Oviedo, her team lost to Exportivo 1-0. Comfort is also in Spain, but she was on national duty, so we'll talk about her later. We now go to Jerusalem as it was an away win for Doris Bwedua's Apoel over Hadari as they put 5 past the home team. Remember that Doris Bwedua found the back of the net. It looks as if match in, match out, Bwedua keeps channeling some very good performance for her team. We come to Ghana, where Cynthia Finbid Conlan, who is the safest pair of hands for the Black Queens, led her team to a 2-1 win over Soccer Intellectuals in the Ghana Women's Premier League. To the Albanian League now, where Afi Amenyoko plies her trade there for FK Apollonia, and they have successfully qualified for the finals of the 2025-2026 Albanian Women's Cup. They Apollonia 1-2-1 on aggregate. Down to the Gainsbridge Super League in the United States of America, where Stella Nyamiche's Fort Lauderdale faced off with Jennifer Kujo's Brooklyn Women's Football Club. While Jennifer Kujo started the match, Stella was on the bench for her team, and that particular game ended 3-3. And as I mentioned, Comfort Yeboah early on, she was part of the Black Princesses team who won 1-0 and 3-2 on aggregate against South Africa to qualify to the final round of the U20 Women's World Cup qualifiers. Remember that they will be playing against Uganda in May. For Chantel Boy Holoka and her Nottingham Forest team, their game against Sunderland was postponed due to adverse weather conditions. The Queens get ready for the Pink Ladies Cup. We'll be bringing you updates on how the players perform in their individual clubs.
That was a wrap of performances from the Black Queens Abroad by Akosia Eje. We'll now shift our attentions to the UEFA Champions League. playoff round of the UEFA Champions League, and here are the fixtures coming your way on Tuesday. Galatasaray will host Juventus, AS Monaco will face Paris Saint-Germain, Benfica meets Real Madrid, while Borussia Dortmund will take on Atalanta in Germany. Now, ahead of tonight's showdown with Benfica, interim Real Madrid manager Alvaro Arbeloa has urged his players to approach the game like a final if they hope to overcome the Portuguese giants who defeated them in the last round of the group stage event. So those were the words of the Real Madrid coach Alvaro Arbeloa.
We know and we are very aware of the difficulty of tomorrow's match, of the opponent's match, of the atmosphere that is always here, and the demands that it places on us. And as I always say, the level that we have to give if we want to get a good result from tomorrow, if we want to win the match, which is the objective, So we are very focused and ready to get the best out of ourselves, as if it were their last, as if it were a final. Ponko. And with that mentality, that work, and that demand that everyone is putting in, well, good results are coming, good performance from the team, but with the confidence that we can do better.
That was Real Madrid's coach Alvaro Arbeloa. In England, the FA Cup fifth round draw has set up thrilling ties across the country. Manchester City will face a tough trip to Newcastle United, while Liverpool FC will travel to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Arsenal will face Mansfield Town, and Chelsea will head to Wrexham. West Ham United await Macclesfield or Brentford, a promising drama, and Giants killing dreams. In La Liga, Spanish champions Barcelona fell to a damaging 2-1 defeat at Girona on Monday to leave them trailing Real Madrid by 2 points at the top of La Liga. Los Blancos beat Real Sociedad on Saturday to overtake the Catalans, and Hansi Flick's side could not defeat Girona in a gripping derby clash to reclaim the lead. Here is the head coach Hansi Flick after that defeat. That was head coach of Barcelona, Hansi Flick, speaking there. Bringing an end to sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Shen. We'll be back same time on Wednesday with more updates from the UEFA Champions League. Until then, have a great morning.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandpa.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite stars, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Ready? For those of us who received flowers, they will begin to wilt, right? Chocolates are half finished. Some of us finished ours from the weekend. And status updates have slowed. Valentine's Day has passed, and this is where love tells the truth. Because love is loud on the 14th, but is tested on the 15th. There's a man who bought roses on Friday. Today, Monday, he's back in traffic, tired, late, and irritated. The question is no longer what he bought, it's how he speaks when he gets home. There's a woman who received messages, gifts, attention. Today, she's back at work, under pressure, and overlooked. Love now looks like patience with herself when no one is applauding. There's a friend who showed up for dinner and pictures. Today, someone needs a phone call, a follow-up, a check-in, no camera, no caption. This is where love separates itself from performance. Because love is not a date on the calendar. It's a posture you carry into ordinary days. Love is how you treat people when there's nothing to celebrate. Love is how you listen when you're tired. Love is how you forgive when pride tells you not to. The Valentine's Day is about expression. The days after are about consistency. And the strongest love is not dramatic. It is dependable. So as this new week begins, here's our charge. Carry love into the very mundane things, into the emails, into the traffic, into the conversations that don't come with emojis. Because flowers will fade, but how you made people feel on an ordinary Monday, that lasts forever. That's our message of motivation this morning, leaving us and ushering us into the 6 a.m. news, like I mentioned, with Enyunam Haliga. The rest of the team are on standby to come through right after the 6 a.m. news and the business news. And stay with us. This is a 3FM Sunrise.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite stars, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, let go.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Ready? For those of us who received flowers, they will begin to wilt, right? Chocolates are half finished. Some of us finished ours from the weekend. And status updates have slowed. Valentine's Day has passed. And this is where love tells the truth. Because love is loud on the 14th, but is tested on the 15th. There's a man who bought roses on Friday. Today, Monday, he's back in traffic, tired, late, and irritated. The question is no longer what he bought, it's how he speaks when he gets home. There's a woman who received messages, gifts, attention. Today, she's back at work, under pressure, and overlooked. Love now looks like patience with herself when no one is applauding. There's a friend who showed up for dinner and pictures. Today, someone needs a phone call, a follow-up, a check-in, no camera, no caption. This is where love separates itself from performance. Because love is not a date on the calendar. It's a posture you carry into ordinary days. Love is how you treat people when there's nothing to celebrate. Love is how you listen when you're tired. Love is how you forgive when pride tells you not to. The Valentine's Day is about expression. The days after are about consistency. And the strongest love is not dramatic. It is dependable. So as this new week begins, here's our charge. Carry love into the very mundane things, into the emails, into the traffic, into the conversations that don't come with emojis. Because flowers will fade, but how you made people feel on an ordinary Monday.
Four others injured. DNA test underway to identify the bodies. Quite sad indeed. But we know that the Burkina Faso area also has a lot of traders bringing a lot of tomatoes and onions and other commodities from that part of town. We'll get into that conversation in a bit. But we invite you to join us with your thoughts and comments here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. And the tomato traders, unfortunately, have been confirmed dead. I remember, Mawena, if you recall, that during the reign of President Akufo-Addo, we had tomato sellers who were blocked at the border, and then we asked for national security to give them protection because they refused.
Yes, and all of that.
Now we hear this one, and it's quite sad indeed.
I've been listening to the account of some of the persons who ply trade there,
right?
And it's a cause for concern. So first, they say when they go and bring the tomatoes in, and sometimes they meet these terrorists whilst
they get robbed, etc.
They get robbed. Yeah. It says the people have, for a very long time, they were only interested in taking your money and allowing you to be and allowing you to go. And so for them, it was surprising that suddenly
the
person says they were not interested in the money, but rather were seeking to take lives and burn everything down to the ground. Suggests an escalation in terms of the modus operandi of these terrorist groupings. And I don't know if we have to return to the era of having national security, because once they enter into another jurisdiction, they will need a certain level of permission and whatever.
So some collaboration, a bilateral pact of a sort
to operate. And so it's not like we can have national security follow these traders all the way to the market where they are going to buy in Burkina Faso. The concern and the conversations around terrorism activities have remained a distant conversation for a lot of Ghanaians, even though up north we have our neighbors in Burkina Faso who experience it. Now this unfortunately has brought this a bit home to us, and it is important that collaborative efforts go in to be able to rid the
according to the Minister for Interior, the Honorable Mubarak Muntaka Mohammed, they said the armed jihadists stormed the town last Saturday, rounding up residents and targeting males in particular, adding that the Ghanaian traders who had traveled in their own truck were caught in the assault. They separated the males from the females and went on a shooting spree. That happened, killing the men and burning them together with the truck. And he said the bodies are gone beyond recognition. They are decomposing. Quite gory, if you ask me. Let's speak to a fraud and security consultant, Mr. Richard Kumado. Good morning, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Johnny.
This is quite sad and unfortunate, indeed, is it not?
Definitely, yes. Definitely, yes. There were few considerations that we overlooked, and I think that is what has led us to where we are now, to this unfortunate situation.
What considerations are these?
Considering the fact that Sahel has become notorious for terror attacks, it means that it's a high-risk zone. And when you're traveling there, whether you're traveling for leisure or for business or for vacation, there are 3 boxes you need to tick. The first one is what we call personal security protocol.
Right.
And the second one is your safety guidelines, which need to be closer to your chest. Then the third one, which is so important, is what we call the travel risk assessment.
Right.
And even me, who does travel risk assessment for people who want to travel within Ghana, and I've done it frequently and regularly, I would recommend a travel risk outcome for our mothers and sisters to travel about 400 kilometers away from Ouagadougou down to Tito, which is closer to the headquarters of the terror group. And unfortunately, this time when they walk into the market, they were shooting indiscriminately. They did not have the luxury to ask who is a Ghanaian, who is a Togolese, who is a Malian, as it has happened previously, as our mothers encountered them. And the reason why they left them is that by identity, they know that they are Ghanaian. So this is exactly what happened. And I think these are some of the critical lessons we need to carry forward if we want to do business there and we want to survive this terrain that is very fluid.
We have one of the best hands who used to serve at the 64 Infantry Battalion. That's Colonel Bevlo Lati, in charge of the Sahel region on our behalf. Did we miss the plot?
The difficulty also, however, is that this is not government-to-government trading. These are individual persons who are going on a commercial trip. They will not even inform government. They will not inform any government agency. They will not deal, in collaboration with the security officers at the point of entry or exit. If they have done that, it would have helped. If they have contacted the embassy would have provided security warning, security guidance, and give them a remedy in terms of response and what the remedy line should be and how fast a response can get to where they are. These things happen before even government and our agencies and embassies will get to know. That is the other side of this argument and this conversation that we need to have dispassionately. Now, if we say that at the highest level, Burkina Faso should provide security for people who want to travel to those places to buy tomatoes and bring it to Ghana and some other countries. It means that the Burkina Faso will create a permissive environment that will deal with two things. The things they cannot protect, they will not allow. The things they cannot control, they will not allow because they are the country at war with these terrorists. So that also brings some level of discomfort and limitation to people who want to travel to certain lanes. Now, do we also say that government come in with the help of the envoy to the Sahel to say that let's create a centralized market at Boga or Tamale and make sure the truck drivers bring the goods there? Will our mothers agree? Are they even trading as a cooperative or they are individual single persons who are going there? Then the issue of cost, substitution, economics, finance, security, warehouse, storage, all those things will come in. So it's a very simple but a big sensitive conversation that those who come to the table must come without politics and without emotions so that we can deal with it. Other than that, if you want to travel to a region that is classified as a high-risk zone, full of terrorist attacks that can happen any day, anytime, you will have to have your personal security. You would need to have your safety guidelines, and you would need to do travel risks. If you don't do it, you might be putting yourself at a point where some level of discomfort may come with it.
We have been here before, not to this magnitude though, but we know that at some point these same tomato traders were literally blocked at the border because they felt unsafe. The president of the republic at the time, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, ordered that they be protected and given protection for them to be able to ferry through and bring us these tomatoes that we import. So how could we have not done the risk assessment properly such that we have this on our hands now?
I am saying that probably government would need to centralize this market. But then, it's a global business, it's a liberal economy, others will come in with all manner of agitation. And that is why governments will usually be hesitant in getting involved and in taking some of the decisions that will sanitize the environment. Because there are other persons who also bring their goods through rivers or the sea, and they have pirates affecting them just like terrorists are terrorizing people on the land. They will also bring arguments to come from the air with a whole lot of arguments. Other than that, if these issues happen to be within our borders, like it happened previously, I am aware that I have been part of a team that escorted them on that line, the Hamley line and the Boko line and the Paga line, when they encountered some of those difficulties. We could have done it so easily. But to the extent that this happened about 400 kilometers away from Ouagadougou, deep down into Burkina Faso, we have limited control in terms of security and in terms of safety, because that is Burkina Faso. And it is the responsibility and the duty of their government to ensure that anybody on their line, they will make sure their rights have been protected. So that is the difference. It's not our land, it is their land. And that is where the difficulty is.
Mr. Kumado, I want to thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Pleasure speaking to you. Let's go to another security consultant, Dr. Victor Doke. Doc, good to have you.
Good morning.
Morning, sir. Now, this situation we have, would you suggest or advise the government to establish a bilateral pact with the Burkina Faso so that we don't see anything like this anymore?
It is possible. It's one of the suggestions that have been implemented as to whether the government would be willing to explore that option and some other things, because then it offers the two countries the opportunity to collaborate with the grassroots fighting this menace. So if that should happen,
right,
they will not rely on the Burkina Faso state, the security forces,
right,
to sort of like protect citizens or foreign nationals coming into their country for trade, economics, and how the benefits of economic activities will be for the locality. So it's one area that they can look into,
right,
and then holistically explore if they are willing to. But it comes to the cost, because we're talking about dedicating a number of troops to this course. Ideally, we look at the numbers in Burkina Faso, the challenges, and they even use more equipment in that regard. So it's going to be a tough call, but it's one of the ways to explore.
Let's look at the modus operandi of these individuals, the jihadists, as the minister calls them, now targeting men. Previously, they would rob them of their goodies and cash and allow them to go, but now they are becoming a danger, killing them and burning them to the point of the bodies being charged, so we cannot immediately identify them. Should we be scared or worried, or should we be disappointed that we failed to gather the right intel to be able to forestall this?
The best in the morning is on 92.7.
Doc, sorry, if you could speak up. If you could speak up for us.
Yeah. So
Great.
I was saying, any citizen would be very worried and scared that this is happening, to the extent that at least when you have your money taken, you have your life. But in this case, the extreme is what is happening. So this is the new, as you put it, their modus operandi is to eliminate their target.
Right.
Fear of identification or something like that. So when we talk about you take failing to gather intelligence, when you have an area where it's not being under administration of the local government,
right,
it's non-existent. So it means that any armed element can control that region or area, and it becomes very difficult for the state authorities to even come in and then topple these armed elements and take control of the area. So by and large, your intelligence will also factor in. Like the presence of the local administration in every state is very critical, because when you detect these kind of issues before they become something else. So it's very critical that we look at how our local governance system is, the processes, the structure in determining and identifying these activities, the early warning systems associated with what local governments needs to be very, very apt. Other than that, then it makes any ungoverned space to be an avenue for any armed element control and activity would work in rampant, and you wouldn't have
Should we have a sub-regional approach, given the fact that if you look at the sub-region now, there's volatility or volatile situation in most of the countries within the West African
and then this alien nation opted out. So what has become of Accra Initiative? Can we have something similar? Maybe. And then you also look at the aspect of ECOWAS bringing in what? The 1,000+ troops for what? The purposes of counter terrorism. So this regional approach is on the table as we speak. But implementation, what is the challenge now? Implementation means that the resources, the cost, the equipment, the troops, how readily or speedily can the South African organization was implement, the ASF with regards to fighting terrorism? That is the question now. And I hope we are watching what is happening, and then they will speedily and then implement this ASF as soon as possible. So this ASF, when it's implemented, becomes a process where now the subsidy will be reliant on this ASF force.
Interesting. Doc, we want to thank you, but before we let you go, if you had cause to talk to the Commander-in-Chief of our Ghana Armed Forces on what the way forward is specifically within the short time that this must be immediately done, what would you say to him?
I think we should, one, build capacity of our men with regards to the field operating bases, especially in the northern part of our country.
Right.
Intelligence needs to be invested in very, very critically. Let's look at the welfare of the troops also, how we can, be changing them regularly so they can stay sharp. And then collaboration with our counterparts in Burkina Faso is also very critical. And John, this brings to my issue again, as I wrote on this last year about having a substantive minister of defense. I'm drumming on it today. Since all this is happening around you, it is not just for nothing. It is for you to stay alert. Preventive mechanisms. We know what is happening in northern part of Nigeria. Now Burkina, and then it was last time. We need the president as soon as possible to appoint a substantive minister of defense. So we coordinate action regards security and the threats that are ever changing. That is what I say now.
I thank you very much indeed for your time, Dr. Victor Doke. We're always excited to talk to you. Grateful indeed.
Thank you.
So the security experts say we missed the plot, we could have done better, and that we have to do better. But did we not know this?
We have. We in fact, sometimes there's for want of not wanting to cast down a lot of what we have in terms of security architecture. We avoid making certain comments, but sometimes it feels as though we are sleepwalking into some of these things. And our intelligence guys they are very good at their job. They have very sophisticated gadgets and what have you. And that's why I asked the question, is it because it was in Burkinabe territory? Our jurisdiction does not go there, and so it presupposes
so Richard Kumado says what we can do, because once they get into that enclave, the rules change. So what we can do is to have a centralized market, so that the easy faring can go. I think Dr. Doke also made a similar suggestion, particularly because the sub-regional conversation must happen. But the suggestion I got from him is that, or the understanding I got from him is that we may not be ready for it at this point,
because
we are pussyfooting.
Exactly, we've been having different conversations about, in fact, the militant situation or the terrorism situation.
Right.
One of the reasons why we actually saw coups in the Sahel regions, because the military's argument was that the democratically elected leaders of these respective countries, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso,
Guinea as well.
Yes, even for Guinea, the democratically elected president were not doing enough to fight the militant groups, which is what brought the military dictators into power. And you can't seem to see a win in the fight against these individuals. And there's been so many. I for one, have covered a lot of conferences, particularly under the previous administration. There was a Accra conference on counter-terrorism, which was led by the National Security Minister, Mr. Kandapa, and the likes. There's been so many conversations about how we need to come together, share information,
Right.
and what have you. I've heard that repeated on so many occasions because I've covered a number of events in that regard. Are we not sharing enough? Or is it the case that it was shared and still nothing was done? There's still a bit more in terms of explanation that we need. And unfortunately, it comes off as though it may be shrouded in, this is a national security matter and cannot be openly discussed and what have you. But lives have been lost. And more people will continue to go and bring the tomatoes because they need to bring it for us to feed. So all of these and more. The other leg of this is... After all the respective government interventions, we are still having to go outside and import tomatoes, and it has cost us our lives. It's an honest conversation we need to have. Vis-a-vis...
After all the spending of Planting for Food and Jobs,
vis-a-vis...
FSRP, we have slogans, we are planting.
In fact, President Mahama has his own. He has his own agric policy, which is being championed by the agric minister. After all of it,
how long does it take to grow tomatoes? 3 months, 4 months tops. Maize, how long does it take? Cassava, basic things that we eat.
Onions. We do a lot of onions from Niger. When the coup happened, the trucks were stuck at the borders.
There was another coup where people were talking about tripe, yemadie. We import yemadie.
The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise. The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise.
Time.
Sunshine, my brother, I appreciate to have you.
Thank you. Now, deepest condolences to you because you lost some of your colleagues. I can imagine the trauma that you're going through now. You care to share?
Yes. It's an unfortunate incident that has hit Ghana as a nation, and especially to the tomato transport and the Traders Association. It's unfortunate. So we got to do something about it. It's so sad.
Have you been, as an association, spoken to by the powers that be on the way forward on how to protect you? Because I know that a few years ago, you had a similar situation where the president had to order for you to be provided extra security. But have you been spoken to after this sad incident?
Well, the case as at now is being handled by the Ghana mission at the Burkina Faso. And at the beginning, we were trying to bring our brothers and sisters who passed on back to the country. But unfortunately, due to their culture difference, majority of the Burkinabe are Islamic religion. We came to an agreement.
Right.
So they were buried yesterday in the evening over there. And some of the bodies too are beyond recognition due to the circumstance that they transferred.
Now, let's talk about this trade. I want to understand from you, when you leave the shores of Ghana, does the rules change for you who go and bring us tomatoes, for example?
No, when we commence from Kumasi, the head of the association, we will go straight to Aga, the border town,
Right.
And because of the language barrier, we have our brothers and sisters at Aga who are Musi and Rusi in Ghana. They understand their dialect. So they serve as an interpreter for our sisters and brothers from all over the country,
right?
Accra, Market, Aflao, Kokoridi, Sakrade, and beyond. So they will lead the traders who speak mostly Akan language to go and do the purchases.
Right. Now, there have been a suggestion about setting up a central market so that these things can be forestalled in future. What do you say to that?
Well, the remedy to this case is the government must take agriculture as a serious business. You understand? Because by the close of the year, when I tell you the number of money that we pour to the Burkinabe agriculture system, it's very disheartening. You know,
I want to hear that figure. Care to share?
Yes, over $500 million every year.
Pardon?
Over $500 million every year.
Every year to import tomatoes.
Exactly.
So this money that you gather from here to give to the Burkinabes.
Absolutely.
Wow.
From Ghana. You see, my brother, and there is a remedy to all. Our Ghanaian farmers, they are very good tomato farmers. But the problem they are facing is they depend on the mercy of the weather. You know, tomato fruit, it needs water always, the irrigation system.
That's right.
And another difference too is the seedling. The difference between the tomato seed and Ghana seed is that the tomato seed, the fiber content in their tomato is about 85%, and the water is just about 15%. So it has the longevity of perishing.
Right.
But in our Ghana tomato, the one in Akomada and the Puno and the rest, the fiber content is about 50%, and the water is just 50%.
Right.
So as soon as it got ripened, then it started rotting. You understand? And the tomato in Burkina Faso, most of them too, they use the feces of the cattle as a basis of fertilizing for their farming.
Right.
So they have a little bit of natural advantage than the Ghanaians. So we have Crop Research Institute in Ghana. Why don't I go to their seedlings and do research about it, how we can plant them? And the major problem is that 2 years ago, they invited us to Burkina. When you get to Burkina, we have good weather than them. But they have been able to construct dams. As I'm talking to you now, they have over 98 dams. Proper dams. One dam is like Lake Botsumtwi. And around the dams, you can see about 24,000 pumps. So you can be in Osu, and the dam will be like in Sanwam. If you want to go into tomato farming, the government will assist you to pump the water for you for the irrigation. So they can do the tomato farming all season. And after now, we are in February. About 90% of tomato we are consuming in Ghana now are from Burkina Faso.
So are you suggesting to me, Nana Jenin Boateng, that planting for food and jobs, etc., it did not bring us tomatoes, it did not set up anything for us? We have FRSP, Agric Ministry, this new government has brought another one. I skipped my memory what they exactly call it. You say all of what we do, pretending to be growing tomatoes, we actually don't grow the tomatoes that we eat.
Yes, sir. We don't grow tomato in Ghana. Even when you get to the rainy season, those who are able to the local farmers about 20 to 30%. So after now, if the association go on strike, about 1 week tomato in Ghana.
Hey.
Yeah.
What you are saying is serious. Oh.
That is the seriousness we are in this country.
So the crop research institute and all the experts we have, can we not engineer the tomato that you import from Burkina Faso in terms of fiber, water content, etc.? Can we not do it? What would it take for us to do it?
First of all, we need proper dams, regular irrigation. The government must come in, and during the former military government, President Echampo, he constructed a dam at Upper East region, close to Navrongo. That is where even the Burkinabés came down to learn how to plant tomato.
Right.
And unfortunately, they said, according to the disease control people, there is a disease that affected the tomato over there called nematon. So we just need a new dam or another dam. At least we need one in Volta. All the regions must get dam. And our great ministry must take our great seriousness. But we are not taking it serious at all. So
but dams were constructed for you. One village, one dam. Dams were constructed
my brother,
for you.
I don't want us to go there. It's a very sad story. Where is those dams? Where are those dams?
I see. Now,
where are those dams? Can you show me some?
Are you suggesting that the dams are not there?
Oh yes. We don't have. Maybe they dug a borehole. You understand? We don't have. And the advantage the Burkinabés are using is that they use fishery in their dams. In addition, the same time they are using it for, irrigation purposes.
Right.
So Ghana government must wake up. My good brother, His Excellency the President, I know he is a farmer, and I've been to his farm in the Savannah region.
Right.
So it's a wake-up call for us that his concentration must come on the agri sector, especially this tomato issue.
So you are saying to me this morning, as scary as it sounds, that if Burkina Faso decides that they wouldn't sell their tomatoes to us again, I cannot have my salad, I cannot have my stew, I cannot have my soup with tomato. Is that what you're saying to me?
There will be scarcity in the system. This thinking tomatoes that we import to the country, in reality, it's not natural tomatoes. All the cans, I'm saying this on authority.
Hey.
But the so-called thin tomatoes in the cans, they are flour and some color. If you want to eat natural tomato,
Jenny Boatin, take your time. You say the canned tomatoes that we buy, it is flour and some colors, not
and
tomato.
Some colors and fat. They are not natural tomatoes. FDA can approve to this. I've been to Italy where they do this kind of thin tomatoes. My brother, it's a flour, starch, and some colors. It's not natural. It's part of the problem we are facing. There are a lot of diseases in the country. You understand? So I'm speaking with my good brother, John Dramani Mahama, to concentrate on our local farming issues. Especially, we have cocoa board. We need to get something like a vegetable board so that we can concentrate. Are you aware that even onions are being imported into this country?
Yes. And Yemadia?
And Yemadia, just imagine, my brother, this Yemadia, how can we guarantee the kind of diseases that we are importing into the country?
But Jenny, I thought that we said we are an agrarian society, that agric is very paramount to us. Were we lying to ourselves?
And some are trying, but we haven't got to the point that we can be independent on our agric sector.
Should we go back? Should we go back to state farms, school farms?
Absolutely. My thumbs up for you. We must concentrate on those areas. You see, our concentrations are on the cocoa board, the cocoa seed. Why don't us have a vegetable board? This is my suggestion. A cereal board. Because the kind of rice we import into the country is another hola baloo. Why can't us get a cereal board? Vegetable board? Tuber board? So that we can take our health into our hands.
Right. Now, before I let you go, there's one thing on my mind that I want you to give me your thoughts about it. When we plant these things here, or when we bring them from outside, preservation becomes a problem for us. How should we proceed? Because you just scared me that what we buy as tin tomatoes and canned tomatoes are just flour and some colors and fat. I'm scared. How should we go forward in terms of our preservation so that we will not be buying disease with our own money?
I am of the view that, you see, the government must take it seriously, you understand, so that we can get at least. I am of the view that, once again, the preservation is an issue. So why don't us get a proper tomato factory in the country? Let us get more done. Then we will be planting more tomatoes so that we can can it our own. FDA and the media will be looking, their eyes will be in it, so that we can have a safety tomato can one. But I said it and I repeat, anybody can take me on. Those canned tomatoes, you can buy one and open the can and just blend a natural tomato and compare to it and see the difference. As soon as you open it, it started drying. What sort of tomato is that? It's not natural. Most of our diseases that we are facing, we import it into the country.
Now, Johnny Boateng, is that the reason tomatoes are expensive? Because you bring them from outside, and then perhaps you would have to also get some profit, so then we, the consumers, would have to bear the brunt that you go through?
Absolutely, yes, because the risk that the traders take is too high. The transporters, where this accident occurred is in the region called Ojia. From Burkina Faso capital, Ouagadougou to Ojia, is like about traveling from Accra to Bolgatanga.
Wow.
Just imagine. You will not get it within from like Po, Ouagadougou or Kungusi area. It's Ojia. That is why they have their dams. So traveling from all those long journeys, the risk in addition. So I will be very much appreciative if the government of Ghana, we can be planting our tomato. Let's demarcate. We now have a 16 region. Accra is not a farming distance. But when you go to the Akosombo or Adan area, they do also plant tomato there.
Right.
Let's give them a regular dab.
There's so many areas, right?
Absolutely.
Now, before you embark on a journey to go and bring these commodities, tomatoes, etc., what security protocols boxes do you take before you move, or do you just drive and go and assume that nothing will happen?
At first, when they started their civil war, the foreigners were exempt, especially when you are Ghanaian. This Boko Haram will meet you. As soon as they realize that you are from Ghana, you are not part.
Right.
But this one, the unfortunate aspect is the Mosi, Ghanaian Mosi people who are with our brothers over there,
Right.
they classify them as they are all Burkinabe. You know, when you go to Burkina, there are Mosi, and we have Ghana Mosi.
Right.
When you go to Ghana, there are Grushi, and we have Ghana Grushi. So even the vehicle has been parked at dawn, preparing to go to the farm gate.
Right.
They approach them and they hear that they are speaking the Moshi. They took them as they are part of the Tuareg people. Just started praying. They camped the driver, the male in the cars, and set fire, set them ablaze. Started shooting the female.
Wow.
It's a very sad story. Ghana, we must wake up. We have good weather. We have better weather than Burkina Faso. They have about 90 days of raining, but they are able to harvest their rain to use it for a purpose that will heal their vegetables and their economy. But we don't make good use of it. It's unfortunate, my brother.
How is Galamsey affecting the growth of tomatoes?
Well, as for Galamsey, mostly is at the forest belt. You understand? So, majority of the Ghanaian local farmers like Akumadan, Doma, and the Adan areas, I don't think they are not close to the Galamsey from area.
Nana Jenny Boateng, I'll leave you here. If you met the Agric Minister today, what would you say to him?
You know, he has to organize a symposium, you see, so that we can share our ideas.
Another talk shop?
Absolutely, because, we have to make sure that whatever we say should be implemented.
But how many times haven't you already met and talked and nobody listened or implemented what you had suggested?
I don't know if you can join us to stage a demonstration so that they will take it serious.
Or we can cover for you, but to join the demonstration, no.
Okay, then we will think about it.
Okay, I hear you. Nana Jenny Boateng, thank you very much for your time this morning.
I'm so grateful, my brother.
Great.
God bless you.
Bless you too. Auntie Adole Brown of Ruby Joe Educational Center, one of the best schools you can ever find in the west coast of Africa. Good morning to you, Auntie Adole Brown. And yes, impacting knowledge and also inspiring the future generation.
No. It's farming conversation.
So what we are eating actually is color, flour, and fat, and we think we are eating tomatoes.
It's a serious revelation that's been made this morning on the show. And
some people don't even like the planted tomatoes. They just buy these tin tomatoes or whatever it is, and they prepare their meals with it. So you actually think you are consuming tomatoes, but that's not what you are consuming. Flour, fat, and colors.
We've retrogressed as humanity.
Oh, come on, please. We have gone back.
We've retrogressed as humanity. The want and the chase for money means we do not care if we poison our brother and we're gonna get money.
One of the things that I think that we have not done well in as a country is also the impression that a lot of people have about farming. You know, when we were in school, when you flout any rules, they say, "Oh, go and weed kodo." So people actually perceive farming as a problem. I'm looking at Operation Feed Yourself, and I was privileged to have read a book by Professor Diajiman, who authored a book for Kenele Champon. So he said Kenele Champon went to military school in the United States. While they were driving to the school, he saw wheat farms, like
swathes of farms, like huge.
It was a long drive. So when he came back and he took over the reins of power, he decided that everybody must feed. And that's why I keep going back to Planting for Food and Jobs. Did you ever know that in the policy document for Planting for Food and Jobs, we actually said that every ministry, department, and agency
also own a farm
or a garden of a sort? Where is the Greek ministry's own garden? The people who brought their idea, where is their garden? Where is it?
Cozy offices.
You go to all the offices and it's tiled, it's glassed up, it's air conditioned, there are no green areas. So I ask myself, what exactly are we doing? When we see land, then we see buildings. We don't see land and see farming.
See farming, construction monstrosities.
Yeah, construction must construct. I mean, how? When we see, as soon as we identify a plot of land, the first thing that comes into our mind is let's find where to sleep. But if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he said food, clothing, and shelter. And that's the basic. You live because you eat. Yeah. And we are not taking care of ourselves. All these diseases that we are recording, and people say, oh, I have this condition, I have this condition.
Cancers and all.
You are eating color, flour, and fat on a regular basis. Why won't you be sick? You will be sick. Bye.
This one, the Ibahis have been no days.
No, let me happy myself small, because if I say I'll think about it,
yeah, it could leave you in a place. Yeah, at some point, when it was at the peak of Galamsey, there was a story that came through about Galamsey water being used to treat cassava dough.
That's right.
I couldn't eat banku. I'm being honest. So hearing this, there will be that trauma as to.
I went to a Galamsey area, right? The woman prepares food. She fetches the Galamsey water.
Yeah, they just drop alum in it for it to
She
clear.
doesn't care about the quantity.
No,
and
no.
it was not just that one story on TV3. It's a thing that they all do. And you know how strong alum is. They just scoop it, drop it in it.
They just want the thing to settle,
Yes,
and the
that's
water is
all.
clean. Then they use it to do whatever it is that needs to be done.
Charlie.
as well this morning. Mufutau Malik Adeyemi is the president of the Coalition of Unpaid Teachers, a 2023 cohort. Yesterday they were on the streets demanding that, look, we've been working, pay us.
Yeah.
And there's a certain lag.
Ministers who are also going to be paid.
Yeah, there's a certain lag, delay in processing before persons are paid.
Yeah. You know, this morning we were talking about people getting up, taking their bath, eating breakfast, telling their families they'll go to work.
Yeah.
And
the people who are supposed to work on the payment are also part.
If I am supposed to be earning my salary, why would you go to work and you still don't like fix me in the system?
For the
I have gotten financial clearance.
Yeah.
I go to work. I write my lesson notes as a teacher. There's a headmaster who knows that I work, circuit supervisor, whatever it is. Then when the month finishes or the month ends, I don't see my money. I have to be on the streets. Now, these teachers are supposed to be teaching the next generation. If they are not happy, do you know what could happen to the children in terms of miseducating them? Like you have charlatans who now call themselves pastors, and they have thousands of people in the church. It's a national security threat, though, this one. If they decide that they are going to pollute
the next generation. I'll come out with students who say the head is used for carrying wood.
Yes. So we have to take care of them. Very much so.
Yeah, if they are in the schools, the teachers will provide that education as well. So it's very, very important. Mufutau Malik Adeyemi is the president of the Coalition of Unpaid Teachers who were on the streets yesterday. Ms. Adeyemi, good morning to you. I trust that you're well, even though I doubt your response will be in the affirmative.
Yes, good morning, sir.
yesterday you were on the streets. For how long have you been working that monies are yet to hit your account?
For over 25 months, sir.
That's 2 years.
Yes, more than 2 years.
25 months means you were engaged when? In the year 2023 or 2024?
We were engaged. We were given the offer letters in 2023. And you know the bureaucratic process. So we finally assumed duty, most of us, in December 2023. We were given the offer letters in 2023. So we actually assumed assumed duty in 2023 December, some 2024 January, and in that order.
And since then, what are the paperworks which are supposed to go in for you to begin to receive salaries? Have you completed that paperwork?
Yes, so we've completed all the paperwork. We've been given regional posting letters after giving the offered letters, and we've also been given assumption of duty letters. I just shared with you a document, which is the IPPD form, which is used to process the salary with the headquarters, which is duly signed and then signed by the then district director, who is now the current regional director of education, and also the then regional education director, who is now the current Greater Accra regional education director. So we followed all the paperwork necessary, and when we assumed duty, the IDs were more than 1,000. So the IDs were coming in batches every month. So every month they release a group of IDs. So we were all hoping our ID will come the following month. Until 2024 November, then the last tranche came for that year, and there was elections, and there was change of government. So when the new government came, we made inquiries. They said the clearance had expired, together with the college teachers and those recruited after 7th December. So in March, the government, through the chief of staff, revoked appointments made after 7th December. And they even reinstated them back in March and called for a validation. So all these processes were going on without issuance of staff ID, because they said the clearance had expired and they had applied to the finance ministry for a clearance extension. So in October, the clearance was extended.
Mr. Ademi, slow down for me. Slow down for me. Your appointment came in 2023.
Yes, sir.
There was financial clearance for you.
Yes, sir.
And you began to receive staff IDs in corroboration of the appointments that you have received within the financial clearance that you've been given.
Yes, sir.
And all those appointments were made before December of 2024.
Exactly, sir.
So help us understand how your appointments were terminated again if your appointments were made before the election month of December 2024.
So that is the injustice we are facing. That is how come we did a demonstration yesterday, because on a local TV station called Tagani TV, after we did a press conference, the regional education director for Northern Region, who is in the name of Mr. Ali Al-Hassan Alidu Jr., said that we were not teachers and that our appointments are fake. And he also said, in contradiction to his first statement, that our names were with the region but not at the headquarters. And that came to us as a huge surprise, because we even assumed duty before he was appointed the regional education director.
Right.
And when he was appointed the regional education director, he never for once wrote a letter which was to our head teachers or maybe a directive from the headquarters of DES to inform us that our appointments have been terminated. So we are surprised.
So let's still stay on that tangent before December 2024. Did you ever receive salary? Right? That your clearance had come through and everything, you had received your staff IDs? Because I know for teachers, when you get your offer letter, what you wait for is your staff ID. That indicates that you are in the system.
Yes, sir.
When you receive your staff IDs, were you paid? Did any of your members receive salaries?
Yes, so as I said earlier on, when we assumed duty, our number was more than this 250 we have now. So the IDs were coming together with the salaries in batches every month. I hope that is clear.
Okay, so some of your colleagues, you were in the thousands. It was coming in batches. And so some of your colleagues got theirs. And what? You are the last tranche?
Yes, sir. So that is what I'm explaining. So when the clearance, they said the clearance had expired, and they renewed the clearance in 2025 October, they gave a few of our members again staff IDs to be paid salaries just last month and then, last 2 months and last 3 months.
Those who got theirs last 2 months, was it back pay for all the years, the 2 years or the 25 months you're raising, or it was just for the 2 months when the financial clearance came?
So their assumption of duties dated back to the 2023, but they were paid a month each. So the government still owes them arrears of the whole period they have paid, they have worked.
And these are conversations that have been confirmed by the government that they owe them arrears all the way back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And who gave this confirmation, if we may ask? The finance ministry, that payment is owed them all the way back to 2023.
Oh yes, you could tell from the recent news that picketed unpaid teachers have picketed over arrears not paid, and we've also confirmed from our colleagues that they've not been paid those arrears, and even the college teachers and the people recruited after 7th December, and also the Minister for Education said they will receive back.
You say a minister confirmed to them that they will receive the back pay. Which minister? The education minister?
Yes, the education minister.
He says they are going to pay them for the back pay since 2023. Yes. So let's return to your case. You say some of your colleagues have received their staff IDs as at October.
Yes, sir.
Of last year.
Yes, sir.
This supposes that work is ongoing, and like you've been receiving in batches, yours will come too, or?
Yes, sir. So the reason why we are not patient and anymore, and we came out to demonstrate yesterday, was that we did a press conference last month. So to call for the facilitation of the administrative process to get us paid. Then to our surprise, our regional education director went on a local-based TV station called Sagani TV to declare.
I'm losing you on the line. If you could kindly reposition.
Okay, I don't know whether you can hear me now.
You said when you held the news conference, the regional.
When we held the press conference last month. Are you with me, sir?
Yes, I am.
Yes. So when we held the press conference last month, to our surprise, our regional education director, in the name of Mr. Al Hassan Ali Jr., came to declare online on live TV, Sagani TV, that our appointments are fake.
I understand the concern with someone coming to say that your appointment is fake, but genuinely, I ask this question. If you've engaged authorities higher up and the staff IDs have been coming in batches, does the position of the regional director seek to negate that of the education minister and persons in Accra who you've engaged who say they are working on your staff ID? I'm just asking.
So the understanding I have from my academic experience is that the regional education director is the direct representative of the GES Director General in the region. So if the education director who is in charge of the staff of their region in terms of teachers gives a declaration, it carries authority. So that is why we are questioning that declaration with the various documents we have.
And since his comments, have you been able to have a sit down with him on his position and laid the document out to him to make him understand that his position is wrong?
Yes. So last 2 weeks, we petitioned his office to give reasons why his declaration is not in line with what we are seeking for, and his declaration is incorrect. So we were expecting him to follow through with the demands in the petition, and he, being busy in his office, organized for a sit-down discussion for us to really present to him our case in terms of documentation, because what he said on TV, he didn't give any document to support his statement.
He didn't give any document to support his statement. And so
Yes,
what
sir.
are you going to do about it? You've been on the streets,
So that is
you've
why,
protested.
after petitioning him last 2 weeks, we have demonstrated to the regional minister to call the regional education director to discuss the reasons behind why he made those declarations.
I'm just asking a curious question here again. For the staff IDs that came in batches, what was the interval, what was the duration in terms of intervals for every batch that came?
Every month. That was the interval.
So since October, when the last one came, there hasn't been a new one that's come through yet.
So since the clearance was extended in October, but the ID started trickling in November and December. But in January, no staff ID came for our batch.
In January, no staff ID came. And you're
for our batch, especially in the region.
So are you going to return to the offices of the Regional Director of Education to seek to have further conversations?
Yes, we will do that after making a follow-up to the regional minister. Then if he advises, we go back to the regional education director, because we've written to them many times, even before that public declaration he made. We've written to them officially to address this matter. And we never received any letter back declaring that our appointments are fake.
Are you going to escalate this beyond him, since you say you're hitting a roadblock in terms of having your staff IDs granted onto you and you beginning to receive your salaries?
So the escalations will be gradual, and that is what we began yesterday. So from the regional minister, we will wait for his response, and if he's able to solve it, then we stop there. But if he's not able to solve it, then we'll take it up to Accra. We'll go to the GES, the Ghana Education Service headquarters, then to the Ministry of Education. If both cannot solve it, then we'll go to the President of the country for justice.
Right then. I appreciate you speaking to us this morning, and most certainly I'm sure we will get a bit more from you. There's a curious question being asked whether or not you resort to the law courts if all of this does not go in your favor.
Yes, because if we exhaust all these procedures to no avail, that will be our last resort, sir.
Muftau, I appreciate you speaking to us, and hopefully we can get the regional director to and the documentation, if you could share those with us as well, so that when we are facilitating the conversation, we can do that based on evidence and not just the speeches of what you've been telling us. But I appreciate you speaking to us this morning.
Yes, sir. So I've already shared one with you, which yes, I believe you have seen, And it's normal. Usually when we go to demand and give evidence for what we really deserve as teachers, most of the time when they call him, he doesn't answer. So I'm not surprised as to what you said.
Right then. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Muftar Malik Adeyemi is president of the Coalition of Unpaid Teachers, the 2023 cohort. In fact, they are the last batch to receive their staff IDs. All their colleagues have received. They are yet to receive. And so they say that the regional director, they're the last batch. He's saying their staff IDs and everything is fake. And it means they are in trouble of not being paid. So
you know, when some of these issues come up, I always ask, where are the union leaders? You know, they pay union dues.
Yeah.
So what do the union leaders do? There are
For
people who have made it's their life choices. They, we are teachers, we are nurses, we are this, we are that. But they run the union offices. When you go there, you find them there, and they draw allowances or whatever it is that they draw for them. But when they have issues, you see, he was mentioning, regional director was mentioning bringing it to Accra, going to the president. Did you hear him say he would take it to any of the union leaders? But the union leaders are the ones, and when I say it, then they get angry. That at the end of the whole matter, I am not part of your union. You don't pay me your dues. I have a responsibility as a journalist to help in some of these issues.
Yeah, I mean,
but the people who take your dues and whatever it is, you allow them to go. You don't say anything. Then when the year ends, they'll give you key holder and two yards cloth or umbrella and something, and you are okay with it. Then you keep crying and say, journalists, help us, oh, help us, oh, help us, oh.
Meanwhile, the unions are powerful.
They are powerful. The unions, if the unions decide that they are coming together to push an agenda, no government will survive. I remember my days back at Nooks. When Nooks coughs, the country catches cold because the government of the day is so afraid. Today, Nooks and Gaps, they have been politicized. Yeah. There's an MPP part, there's NDC part. So you don't really feel the impact.
So it was deliberate to collapse it so that you know will that's
it
that's
was not
power.
deliberate. The people who benefited from it, right?
Tend to collapse it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people who benefited from it.
Because some of our very top politicians today,
they all came through it. Yeah. Most of them. But you mentioned all the big guys. They all came through it. So why would they collapse something that actually helped them as a stepping stone? But I digress. What he has, the gentleman you spoke with said,
yeah.
I find it a bit confusing. You had financial clearance.
Said they expired.
You received. How does financial clearance expire? If it's supposed to be for perpetual employment, because you are going to be a teacher, and you have a number of years before you retire. So how did your financial clearance expire?
To be fair to him, he's not the only person who said this. In fact, in other times we've had nurses who receive financial clearance, then they are told it has expired.
No, but the point is that if somebody, and I've had some of those issues, if somebody gives you an appointment letter,
it means that he has created room to employ you.
Thank you. But was there financial clearance to the appointment letter? That he did not speak to in full detail, because financial clearance comes from the Ministry of Finance.
Yeah.
In collaboration with the
respective agencies
that
you're going to work with and all that.
Some of the employments that were made in the last minute were employments that were given to people and they did not have financial clearance for. They did not have. So now if the government doesn't have the purse to be able to take care of you,
room for that.
They will cut down the number that they can afford at a point. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do it to ourselves? You are looking for financial clearance. The thing has not come about. Out of desperation, they give you employment letters, and then you take the employment letters, and then when matter starts coming up, you start complaining that Abai Bejimio, really?
serious matters for conversation. But like you said, perhaps the union as well should take a bit more interest. The National Union of Ghana National Association of Teachers.
These unions actually deduct the dues from source.
Yes. They don't negotiate with you.
Whether you want to pay or not, they deduct from you.
That's why we've been seeing splinter teacher unions.
Everybody now wants to have their voice, but then when they have issues, do they go to the unions?
They'll come to you.
The reason
they'll come to you to bite.
Oh, please.
They'll come to you to bite on their behalf. That's the most important thing. They'll come to you to bite, and then there's a last conversation we're supposed to have. I suspect that's the individual who's been put on the line right now. But the regional director of education,
right,
Al-Hassan Alidu Jr. for the northern region, is actually joining us on the phone lines.
Because the gentleman made an allegation that
he
doesn't pick his calls, but he has picked our call.
Yes,
right?
That's even the reason why I asked that the documentation be provided so that when we go to the regional.
Right.
Al-Haji, good morning to you, and thank you very much for joining us here on the 3FM Sunrise.
Good morning, and good morning to your cherished listeners.
So the Coalition of Unpaid Teachers say you are telling everybody in the northern region that their financial clearance and the appointment letter and everything is fake, and so they don't deserve to be paid. But they say they have received all the necessary and requisite information from every person relevant to the appointments, and yet the government is refusing to pay them. In fact, they've mentioned you directly, and the fact that they've petitioned your office and you have refused to heed their petition or make time to meet them to discuss the issues pertaining to their payment. How do you respond, sir?
Good morning once again. The petition, before even the petition, if they will be good and be frank to tell you people, I personally met them several on this issue, and we told them the reality on the ground. But a lot of them have accepted that, and they have moved on. It's only these few who are now going around making those.
Where the reality is what? You say you've told
the reality is simple. This. It came with appointment letter from headquarters. Unfortunately, on the then I inherited it. There was a miscommunication between an officer who was verifying that and that of the regional director then. So the regional director processed their letters, and all their inputs were sent to Accra. When they send these inputs to Accra, definitely they will be comparing the list we send and the inputs with the master list. And out of that, 312 names were queried. And when these were queried, the then regional director quickly formed a committee at a local level and make them to print out all the master lists that were sent from headquarters. And when that was done, the next line was to compare these 312 query names as against the master list from the corporate email. So when that was checked, they realized that only 35 names were in the query list, and at the same time in the master list. So when they have that situation, the 35 were asked to continue teaching, and the others stop. As I indicated earlier, when that directives were given, a lot of them actually stopped. And even with this recent limited recruitment, most of them have even and have secured new appointment, and they are in our schools teaching.
Yeah, they are in the schools teaching.
But this few, I don't know, say they don't want to listen to us. And if they will be frank with you, this what they are doing, most of them, the letters they are holding, and they were bought. So the question is...
you said the letters were bought. The letters they are holding were bought.
Those purported letters they are holding were all bought. And when the question is, if you buy something from a person and you realize that what you bought is not good, what do? Are you not returning to the same person? But these people are not ready to go back to those who give them this appointment, but on GES. But GES is firm on this, because when you check, we cannot do anything outside the master list given.
Right. I just want a bit more clarity, and then we can take this home. These letters you say were bought. When were they bought? Which year were they bought? Was it in the election year of 2024?
That should be around the 2013 recruitment.
2013 or 2023?
Sorry, 2023.
2023 recruitment.
Because I contacted the committee members, and they said through their interaction with the teachers, most of them confirmed they bought those things.
But I hear you and the explanation that you've given, but someone will be curious to ask that. So for the months they worked, they are not going to be paid for that, but rather they should go and apply.
How do you pay for, should I call it fraud? If you pay for that fraud, but that means you are encouraging that. Or do you want GES to continue to have that problem where people will go behind the back door to secure appointment, and government continue to pay them?
Right. It's a fantastic point you make, and it will lead me into this question. This perhaps will be my final question. So you are aware of the fact that persons are selling GES appointments?
Pardon me?
You are aware of people selling GES appointments to some teachers, which is creating these problems.
It used to, but this time I'm not aware of that.
So that the selling has stopped?
To me, for now, I can say yes, unless there are new revelations to that.
Right. We'll leave the conversation. Here. We have to let you go. I understand you are at another engagement, and so we'll leave it here, and then we'll come back again when there is enough time.
No problem. I'm available 24/7.
Absolutely, Alhaji. I appreciate you speaking to us this afternoon as well here on the 3FM this morning. Alhaji Al-Hassan Alidu Jr. is the GS Regional Director of Education for the Northern Region.
3FM Sunrise.
good more people have their birthdays today, and that's what we're gonna celebrate right about now here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. To grow in wisdom and absolute purpose. This is for Tiffany, like Nana Ajwa Kondua. Tiffany Nana Ajwa Kondua. This from DSP Valentina Amoa. Hey, no, she's married now. DSP, let me just leave the DSP. Valentina and the husband. Let me just leave the DSP. I've forgotten. I should have gone for the wedding, but I didn't.
You didn't, so you don't even know.
I've forgotten the thing.
This one is a happy birthday to Odeneho Nana Chumesi, Chief of Kedajin, from your lovely family and friends. Nana, where is so Nana is clothed properly. Very rich traditional regalia. Odeneho Nana Chumesi, Chief of Kedajin, from your lovely family.
Right.
And friends. A happy birthday.
Let's do a happy birthday also to Matron Maggie at Ashaman Community Hospital. This is from Gerald. It's your birthday. This is not Matron. No. Matron, she looks. It's not a matron. Slow down. Okay. And then this one we did Nana. So this one is to Mrs. Doris Ampa. Mrs. Doris Ampa. Let's bring Mrs. Doris Ampa. Yes.
Who is
Mrs. Doris Ampa. Yes, Mrs. Doris Ampa. Happy birthday to you, big sister. Also, final one for this morning, Mr. Obi Ade, Senior Bleobi of Air Talk International GH Limited, South Odoko Estate. It's your birthday. In fact, yesterday was the birthday, not today. But he deserves to be celebrated. Yeah, like Charlie. He's seated. Can you imagine where he's seated? Do you know where he's seated?
No.
Do you know Zaraman? Osimo the Zaraman. That's the shop.
Oh, okay.
That's where they buy those shoes from. But
expensive.
We don't have money. When we get some, we can go and buy some later. My name is Johnny Hughes. I've been here with Mawena Egbeta, Corey Sixtus Ulo, producing, and DJ Phil, the indefatigable DJ Phil. And then all the technical guys, one Della, one Bob Franklin, one Isaac, Seth Agbaiza, Steven, and all the great guys. Jerome as well. Yes, Jerome, one of our social media guys as well. Jerome, great guy. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll give you some good news. Have a good morning.